Chapter 745. Did you really make him sick? Su Xiaoxue blinked her beautiful eyes. Yes, Wang Yao said. That scumbag deserves it. Su Xiaoxue clapped her hands. Wang Yao was stunned. You did the right thing, Su Xiaoxue said. Su Xiaoxue's way of judging things was very simple. As long as Wang Yao thought it was right, it was right. As long as he thought it was wrong, she would basically agree. She was that capricious. Love could make a person stupid. So, we won't treat him? Wang Yao asked with a smile. If Su Xiaoxue insisted, he might consider reducing his pain. Yes, we won't treat him, Su Xiaoxue said. Then, let's talk about something else, Wang Yao said. Then, Wang Yao talked to Su Xiaoxue about the death aura on Xishan Mountain and Miao Sanding's plan to set up a battle array on the mountain. Is it really so magical? Su Xiaoxue asked. Yes, I'll take you to see it, Wang Yao said with a smile. At this time, it was still raining outside. Wait a minute, the rain is about to stop. Wang Yao looked up at the sky outside the house. After about an hour, the rain outside stopped. Let's go and have a look at Xishan Mountain. Okay. As the two of them were about to go out, they saw a couple rushing in with a 5-year-old child. Dr. Wang, please take a look at my son, the woman said in a panic. When Wang Yao saw the child's pale face and short of breath, he could only delay going out to treat the child first. He hurried to check on the child. Strange. He gently opened the child's mouth, and a strange pungent and sour smell rushed out. There were some undigested food residues in the child's mouth. The child must have just vomited. However, these were not the key points. The key point was that Wang Yao saw tiny parasites in the child's mouth that looked like threads. He checked the child's pulse. There were poisonous insects in the child's body, and there were many of them in several of his internal organs. Diarrhea? Wang Yao asked. Yes, diarrhea and vomiting. The woman was sweating. How many days has it been? Wang Yao asked. 3 days. He went to the hospital? Yes, they said that there are parasites in the stomach. They prescribed medicine to fight the parasites, but after taking it, the child began to vomit and have severe diarrhea. He couldn't take it at all. All right, I got it. Wang Yao nodded after listening. The doctors in the hospital had determined that there were parasites in the child's body, but they didn't know the number of parasites. There were some problems with the medicine prescribed. Once the medicine was used, it might have stimulated the parasites, causing a violent reaction. It made the child's already fragile organs unbalanced, which led to the current situation. Well, I'll prescribe you 2 decoctions. Take them together. You'll see the effect in 3 days. Come back to me after 3 days, Wang Yao said. Oh, okay. A bowl of insect-repellent soup, dark plum, tangerine peel, rhubarb, pinelia, skullcap, 3 immortals. Primordial spirit soup, angelica, glossy ganoderma, sealwort. 2 sets of medicine cost a few hundred yuan. After you go back, boil the medicine and take it immediately, Wang Yao said. The child may vomit and have diarrhea. Don't worry too much. In addition, the diet for the next few days is mainly light. Don't let him eat meat, spicy, or cold things. Oh, thank you, doctor. The couple hurriedly left with the medicine. Sir, what's wrong with the child just now? There are too many poisonous insects in his body, Wang Yao said. Parasites? Yes, this child must have some bad habits on a daily basis, Wang Yao said. As the saying goes, the parasites enter through the mouth. The child must have paid attention to something in his daily diet. That was why he had such a disease. Sir, is his disease life-threatening? Not necessarily, Wang Yao said. It has already entered the 5 internal organs. If the poisonous insects enter the brain, it will be troublesome. Small parasites were not to be taken lightly. They were the cause of many diseases in the body. Let's go up the mountain. Oh, okay. The two of them went up Xishan Mountain. Because it had just rained, the mountain path was muddy. Su Xiaoshue's delicate sandals and white, tender 3-inch golden lotus were stained with mud. Upon seeing this, Wang Yao hurriedly released his neishi to wrap the two of them. As they moved forward, an invisible qi blocked all the mud under their feet. "Here we are," Wang Yao said. After walking for a short time, they came to a dead place in the middle of the mountain. At first glance, there was nothing special about the place. If one looked carefully, one would find some clues. There were no weeds on the ground. It was bare, only mud. Not even a blade of grass grows? Su Xiaoxue thought of this word. "This word is very appropriate," Wang Yao said. "This is a place where not even a blade of grass grows." "The poison of those insects is really strong," Su Xiaoxue said. "Do you want to see those insects?" Wang Yao suddenly asked. Su Xiaoxue nodded. She was also very curious. What did those terrible poisonous insects look like? "Look, here it is." Wang Yao took out a transparent glass bottle, as if he was performing a magic trick. There were several black ferocious insects in it, as well as some residue and excrement. "What is this?" Su Xiaoxue was actually a little scared. Girls had a natural fear of these arthropods. She moved forward to take a closer look. "It is quite scary." As if they had heard her words, the insects in the bottle suddenly moved. She was scared and took a step back. "Be honest." Wang Yao gently shook the bottle. The insects were very obedient. They lay at the bottom of the bottle and did not move. "Can they understand your words?" "No, but I try to make them obedient," Wang Yao said with a smile. That day, he had kept the insects to study their habit. The insects were quite tenacious. They would not die as long as there was food. The other two places are similar to this one. "Let's go up and have a look." Wang Yao pointed to the top of the mountain. There was a wind gap there, which was an important part of Miao Sanding's plan. Okay. They came to a place near the top of the mountain, along the mountain path, full of weed. The wind suddenly blew. It was blowing in their faces. They could not stand still. "What a strong wind!" "This is a wind gap. It is like this all year round," Wang Yao said. "You plan to guide the wine down here?" Su Xiaoxue stood at a high place and turned to look down the mountain. It was the place they had been looking at. A gust of wind blew. She could not stand still. Her body leaned forward and was about to fall. She was gently stopped by a strong arm. Then, Wang Yao held her from behind. "Yes, it will appear there." Wang Yao hugged her gently. She was soft and fragrant, and he was speechless. The two of them stood on the mountain in the wind for a while. "Shall I carry you down the mountain?" Wang Yao let go of Su Xiaoxue. Her beautiful face was red, which was even more stunning. "Okay," she whispered. "Come on." Wang Yao bent down. Su Xiaoxue gently lay on him and put her hands around his neck. "Let's go." Wang Yao jumped and rushed to the sky. He did not go down the mountain. He went up the mountain. The mountain was uneven. Wang Yao carried Su Xiaoxue on the mountain and galloped. Looking from a distance, it looked like they were flying. Yes, they were flying. Wang Yao landed a little and then flew up. He jumped out nearly 20 meters. He landed again and then flew up again. "Great!" Su Xiaoxue shouted with her hands open. She was very happy. She was very happy. Wang Yao carried her from Xishan Mountain to Nanshan Mountain, then to Dongshan Mountain. He turned back to Nanshan Mountain, and then jumped down from Nanshan Mountain. Yes, he jumped down from the top of the mountain. Woof, 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 woof. San Xian barked in the herbal field. Caw, the hero saw them from somewhere and flew over as well. The wind whistled. In an instant, they fell directly at the foot of the mountain. Wang Yao gently put Su Xiaoxue down. Her pretty face was still red because of excitement. "Was it fun?" "It was fun and exciting," Su Xiaoxue said. She could not describe the feeling just now. It was not only exciting, but also sweet and happy. "Let's go back to the clinic." "Well, okay." In the town center of Lianshan County, the couple who had just received the prescription from him gave the medicine to their son. How is it, Xiaobao? Well, my stomach hurts a little. The child clutched his stomach, only to hear his stomach rumbling. Then, he heard a puffing sound. The child was farting, and it smelled very bad. I want to go to the toilet. They were still in a hurry to go to the toilet. After a while, they heard the child shouting. What's wrong? After the two adults heard, they rushed into the toilet. They saw the child pointing to the toilet in horror. He had just excreted a lot of worms, which were still squirming. The scene was indeed a bit scary. It's okay. It's okay. These are the worms in your stomach. You will be fine after you excrete them. Your stomach won't hurt anymore. The mother hurriedly pressed the button to flush the toilet and flushed all the terrible worms into the sewer. Well, the child was obviously still in shock. He just nodded subconsciously. Oh, my stomach hurts again. Then continued to poop. It will be fine after you excrete them. Don't be afraid. Mom and Dad are outside. The woman touched her son's head and softly encouraged him. After that, the couple waited outside. Sure enough, the child pooped a lot of worms again. Then, he said that he was hungry. They gave their son another decoction, which was the primordial spirit soup. It was used to strengthen the corporeity. The child felt better after drinking it. Do you want to take a rest first? Yes. The boy was very tired. He went back to his room and fell asleep after lying on the bed for a while. This doctor is so capable. Of course, there are a few elders in the family who have severe headaches. They have all been cured by him. He seems to be able to treat any disease. Chapter 746. So amazing? It is said that he is really amazing. **T. In Jing, in a courtyard, a woman was pacing back and forth angrily. What amazing doctor! The amazing doctor couldn't even cure Shida's illness, and he came back from abroad. He had to go abroad to learn Chinese medicine. Tell me, what is he if not a liar? Mom, calm down. How can I calm down? Shida is still lying in the hospital bed. You didn't see his painful appearance. Where did you find such a quack? The woman was very angry. Just as she was in a fit of anger, a servant came over. Madam, you have a guest. Who is it? Guozhenghe. What is he doing here? The woman was stunned. Let him in. After a while, a sunny young man came in. Hello, Auntie. Jinghe, come and sit down and talk. The woman returned to her usual demeanor. All her anger was collected and suppressed in her heart. At this time, she was a typical kind elder. Brother Shirshing. When did you come back? I just came back, Guozhenghe said. Tomorrow is my mother's birthday, so I came back. Oh, you have to come back, the woman said. Auntie, when I came back, I heard that Shida was sick. Yes, he is sick, the woman said. Is he still in the hospital? I heard that you are worried about this. Jing was very big, but their circle was not. The woman in front of them had used a lot of her connections for her son. Naturally, they knew about it. Yes, Jinghe, why are you asking about this? Well, Auntie, you know that I work in the south, Guozhenghe said. In the south, especially in the Miaojiang area, there is a man named Wu San, who is known as the king pharmacist. His medical skills are quite good. It is said that he can even cure terminal diseases, but that man's temper is quite strange. Auntie, you might as well inquire about it and give it a try. Another one with a strange temper? The woman asked after hearing that. Another one. What do you mean? I took Shida to Qi province a few days ago and found a doctor, the woman said. His rules were quite strange. Are you talking about Wang Yao? Yes, that's him. He's so young, so I don't know much about his medical skills. However, his rules are quite strange and his temper is quite bad. His medical skills are actually quite good, Guozhenghe added. Back then, I was so sick there that even the experts in the province couldn't do anything about it. He saved me with just a dose of medicine. So you don't want to receive treatment? The woman raised her eyebrows slightly. I don't know. I think he has his own ideas. Guo Jinghe smiled. After sitting for a while, he bid farewell and left. This brat? The woman looked out of the window. You came to visit just for this matter? Are you trying to establish good karma, or do you have other intentions? It wasn't that they were overthinking things, but this kind of thing had to be considered. King pharmacist of Miaojiang? Shishing, what do you think? Ask someone. Maybe it's true. Since it was related to her son's health, she would rather believe it was true than not. She arranged for someone to inquire about this person. In Dao City, Qi Province, thousands of miles away, you didn't find out? Sun Yunxing was a little puzzled. Yes, no, Hao said, standing aside. In Dao City, there were very few things that the Sun family couldn't find out. However, this time, such a situation had occurred. The key was that the victim was Ho Shida, the young master of the Ho family. Originally, the relationship between the two families was like fire and water, but it had reached the point of mutual hostility. A little carelessness could lead to a direct confrontation. The more they were at this point, the more cautious they were. In fact, no one wanted to get to the point where they couldn't talk. They didn't want to, and neither did the Ho family. It was best if they could each take a step back, and then everything would be fine. How is Ho Shida's condition? Not good, Sun Yunxing said. The doctors in Jing can't see him anymore, but the effect is not ideal. It is said that he is now living a life worse than death. Oh, it's troublesome. Hearing this, Sun Yunxing felt a headache coming on. He knew the situation of the Ho family. Everything else was fine, but the mistress of the Ho family doted on her son very much, especially her youngest son. I heard that they went to the mountain village a few days ago to see Dr. Wang, Hao said. Oh! But Dr. Wang didn't treat him, Hao said. Why is that? Sun Yunxing hurriedly asked. I don't know about that, Hao said. Well, you arrange it immediately. I'll go to the mountain village. Okay. In the mountain village, good time always passed quickly. Unknowingly, a day had passed. At night, Su Xiaoxue lay quietly in bed with her eyes open and her mouth open. She smiled happily, thinking about the time she had spent with Wang Yao during the day. How nice it would be if it were always like this. On Nanshan Hill, Wang Yao didn't sleep. He was very happy to be with Su Xiaoxue that day. In addition, he had to carefully consider the layout of the courtyard where she lived. The night passed in silence. Early the next morning, the sun rose early. The weather continued to be hot. As usual, the clinic didn't accept patients. Wang Yao and Su Xiaoxue were drinking tea and chatting on Nanshan Hill. San Xian was quietly lying at their feet, wagging his tail. San Xian, why are you getting bigger and bigger? Su Xiaoxue tested the dog's head silently. Seeing that it was very obedient, she was a little relieved. The dog gave people a lot of pressure, mainly because it was too big. It didn't feel like a dog, but more like a lion. It must be more than 50 kilograms, Su Xiaoxue said. I haven't weighed it, but I estimate it to be about 75 kilograms. Wang Yao looked at San Xian and said, The more I look at it, the more it looks like a lion. Ha ha. Wang Yao smiled and touched San Xian's big head. As they were talking, a phone call came in. Hello, Yunxing. Yes, I'm on the mountain, right? Okay, wait a moment. I'll go down in a moment. What's the matter? Do you have a patient? Oh, it's not a patient. It's a friend. Do you want to stay on the mountain or go down with me? I'll go down with you. Okay. The two went down the mountain together and soon arrived at the clinic. Sun Yunxing had been waiting there for a long time. He walked toward Wang Yao from a distance. Sorry to disturb you, sir. It's fine. Hello, Miss Su. Hello. It turns out to be just the two of them. It's really bad time to come, Sun Yunxing thought. Come in and have a seat. He invited Sun Yunxing into the clinic. Ah, sir, I'm here to ask you something, Sun Yunxing said. Go ahead. A few days ago, there was a patient named Ho Shida who came to see a doctor. He came from Jing. Yes, there was, but I didn't treat him. Why do you ask? It's hard to explain in a few words. Do you know the cause of his illness? Sun Yunxing asked. Well, of course I know, Wang Yao said with a smile. What's the cause? It's because of me, Wang Yao said directly. Ah! Sun Yunxing was stunned. Then, Wang Yao briefly told him what had happened in Dao that day. Of course, for the sake of the Sun family, he naturally had to hide this point. I see. Sun Yunxing was dumbfounded. He really didn't expect that the disease of the playboy was caused by the man in front of him. It was such a coincidence. This is troublesome. He reached out and scratched his head. What's the matter? It's like this, Sun Yunxing said. The relationship between the Sun family and the Ho family is not very good. His son had an accident in Dao, so they suspected us of doing something. They want us to give them an explanation. Since the relationship is not good, what is there to explain? Wang Yao said. Even so, we don't want to make the relationship too stiff, but since we know the cause of the matter, it's easy to deal with, Sun Yunxing said with a smile. Sun Yunxing said with a smile. Of course, he would not be stupid enough to put the blame on Wang Yao. As he said just now, since the relationship between Wang Yao and Sun Yunxing was already in a deadlock, there was no need for an explanation. If they wanted to fight, then so be it. The Sun family wasn't a sore loser. Then, I won't bother you, Sun Yunxing said. The matter had been clarified. The next step was to go back and have a good discussion with his father about how to deal with this crisis. Don't worry, I'll give you a small gift. Wang Yao took out a small wooden card from his pocket and handed it to Sun Yunxing. What is this? Sun Yunxing took the small wooden card, which exuded a unique medicinal fragrance. It's a pharmacist's order. Take this, and I can do my best to help you save a person, Wang Yao said with a smile. What? Sun Yunxing's body trembled unconsciously. This gift was too precious. Thank you, sir. You're welcome. After Sun Yunxing left, Su Xiaoxue whispered curiously, a pharmacist's order. Yes, this is it. Wang Yao took out a card and handed it to her. It's so delicate. Su Xiaoxue took it and looked at it carefully. I specially found someone to make it. There were masters in the county. Although the wooden card was small, it had high requirements. The carving on the mountain was very delicate. He paid a lot of money, so the master naturally liked it and did his best to make it. This medicinal fragrance? I soaked it with special medicinal herbs for several days, Wang Yao said. The medicinal power went straight into the wood. With this wooden card, the insects won't get close to you. That's amazing. If you don't believe me, we can try it. Wang Yao took out the glass bottle containing the terrible poisonous insects, opened the lid, and put the wooden card on the mouth of the bottle. The insects were very irritated. They desperately hit the bottle and tried to rush out, but they didn't dare to get close to the mouth of the bottle. They were afraid of the smell emitted by the small wooden card. That's amazing! Haha, this is the natural counteraction of nature, Wang Yao said. When he soaked the pharmacist's order, he mainly used miasma grass, which could kill poisonous insects. This licorice root was the nemesis of these poisonous insects. It could naturally restrain them. Here you are. This is for you, Wang Yao said with a smile. Thank you. Su Xiaoxue carefully put away the wooden card. In a small courtyard in the mountain village. How long are you going to keep me here? Jia Zizai leaned against the wall and felt powerless. This feeling of being powerless was really unpleasant, very unpleasant. She couldn't lift her hands or move her legs. Even eating and chewing were laborious. When she went to the toilet, she felt like an old man in his 60s. She couldn't urinate smoothly, and her feces were stuck in her stomach. You have to ask Dr. Wang about this. Zhong Luchuan lit a cigarette for him. Hey, what did your teacher teach you to be so respectful to him? Zhong Luchuan asked. He taught me a lot, Jiazazai said. Even if you don't think about yourself, you have to think about your sister, Zhong Luchuan said. You don't have to threaten me, Zhong Luchuan said. Anshin is fine now. In a small county, anyone can kidnap her, Zhong Luchuan said. Zhong Luchuan was silent for a moment. But what I got in return was not peace and closure, but your insatiable greed. However, I had no other choice. My strength was not enough, so I could only escape. But now, it's different. Mister has shown me a door that I once longed for but could never touch. If I succeed in opening it, my strength will take a huge step forward. Using my sister to threaten me, at worst, we'll just hide here and wait. Once I open that door, I'll let your blood flow like a river. Chapter 747. His words were very calm, but they were unusually firm. The man with the cigarette in his mouth stared at the man in front of him. It was a sentence that didn't sound like much strength, but it made him feel cold. He heard determination and fierceness in this sentence. What if you can't push the door open? I have already touched it, Zhong Luchuan said. It has already loosened. What? The man was stunned. Smoking is not good for your health. Quit it. After that, Zhong Luchuan got up and walked out. The man with the cigarette in his mouth was left stunned. It sounds so mysterious, but it sounds like it's true. What door? Bang. The door slammed shut. He was the only one left in the room, and he was still tied up. Hey, don't be in a hurry to leave. Stay and talk to me. Is there any entertainment here? I can't watch TV, surf the internet, or listen to the radio. It's so hard. He had been thinking about how to escape from there for the past few days, but his body didn't listen to him at all. The feeling of soreness and weakness couldn't be described in words. It came from the weakness inside his body. He couldn't drive his body normally. It was very difficult to move a finger. The kind of indolence that penetrated to the bone was irresistible. Sigh. With a helpless sigh, he collapsed on the bed. Actually, it's good to lie down like this. That was what he thought, and that was what he did. That's it. After returning to his residence, Zhong Luchuan walked into the room. He had specially reserved a room for practice. It was very empty. The more conspicuous thing was the futon in the middle, which he had just purchased. He entered the room, sat cross-legged, and practiced the method of breathing. He didn't speak just now. He did touch the door. This was the method of breathing that Wang Yao had taught him. In the past few days, he could feel the changes in his body. He had become more energetic, and his senses had become sharper. This was something he had never encountered before. Now, he was like a pole at the top. It was extremely difficult to break through the bottleneck further. It required his own efforts and the so-called opportunity. Now, he had encountered the so-called opportunity. Life had to be pursued. Whether it was ordinary, rich, or crazy, everyone's dream was different. Zhong Luchuan also had his own dreams. He wanted to live a peaceful life, but he had to have enough assurance to deter the group of rascals. Good times always passed quickly. In the afternoon, Su Xiaoxue had to leave. She still had classes the next day. Wang Yao sent her to Hike Airport. Let's go back, sir, Su Xiaoxue said reluctantly. I'll visit you next week. Wang Yao held her in his arms and whispered. Okay, Pinky swear, Su Xiaoxue said happily. Pinky promise. Chu Lian quietly looked at the two of them. The plane took off and soared into the sky. The environment of Hike City was not bad, so the sky was exceptionally blue. Wang Yao looked at the sky. His eyesight was very good. He could see very far. Even the sky could be seen very far away. He watched until the plane disappeared into the horizon. Only then did he turn and leave. On the plane, Su Xiaoxue quietly looked at Shangshan through the window. You don't want to leave? Chu Lian asked softly. Yes, I don't want to leave, Su Xiaoxue admitted generously. Think about it differently. Distance makes the heart grow fonder, Chu Lian comforted with a smile. Okay, Su Xiaoxue replied softly. The plane soon reached the clouds. The city below could no longer be seen. A week's time will pass very quickly. This separation was for the next time they would meet again. Wang Yao drove around Hike and bought some seafood. He then returned to the mountain village. Has Xiaoxue left? Yes, she has already boarded the plane, Wang Yao said. When will she come next time? Zhang Xiuying asked with a smile. He liked the girl more and more. I'll come again when I have time. I'll go to Jing next week to accompany her. Good, you should spend more time with her, Zhang Xiuying said. He was quite fond of Tong Wei last time, but for some reason the two of them broke up just like that. This time, he finally met such a good girl, so he couldn't let her go again. She wanted to find some time to have a good talk with her son. Your uncle will come over tonight. Okay, I know. Wang Yao didn't go up the mountain or back to the clinic. Instead, he went to see Zhong Luchuan. Sir, are you practicing? Zhong Luchuan asked. Yes, Zhong Luchuan said. When he had nothing to do at home, he practiced the method of breathing that Wang Yao had taught him. He had been particularly diligent in the past 2 days because he had found the way. What I taught you needs to be persistent, Wang Yao said. It's a painstaking effort. You can't rush for success. Okay, I know. The method of breathing was the most fundamental thing in practice. The longer one practiced it, the more one would find its benefits. Bravely advancing was an external skill. Go to my place to read the books later, Wang Yao said. Yes, sir. How is that man? Zhong Luchuan asked. He's still in the room, very obedient, Zhong Luchuan said. He didn't know what method Wang Yao had used, but the man looked like a soft-footed shrimp. He had no strength all over his body, and this state had been persisting. That's good, Wang Yao said with a smile. I still need his cooperation in a while. Since he had come to the mountain village and wanted to stay, he didn't want to leave. There was a person to test the medicine. Zhong Luchuan followed Wang Yao to the clinic. Wang Yao took 2 books and handed them to him. What are these? Taoist scriptures? Yes, strictly speaking, what I taught you is a Taoist method of breathing, Wang Yao said. Reading more Taoist scriptures is good for your practice. I see. Since Wang Yao said so, Zhong Luchuan would do as he was told. What about Anxin? Does she live on campus? Wang Yao asked. Yes, she lives on campus, Zhong Luchuan said. It's good to live on campus, Wang Yao said with a smile. She can make more friends. Yes, she has been alone for a long time, Zhong Luchuan said. She needs to make some friends. In the evening, Wang Yao's uncle came to the village with a box of wine. Don't bring anything next time, Zhang Xiuying said. We don't lack wine at home. Okay. His uncle looked tired. How's the factory business? Wang Yao asked. Fortunately, there has been a lot of work recently. For the sake of his uncle, Wang Yao made an exception. He used his connections to take care of his uncle's factory. Do you want a drink? Wang Yao asked. Hey, Wang Yao's uncle said softly as he stretched out. What's wrong? Wang Yao asked. Nothing, sister, Zhong Luchuan said. Wang Yao asked. Dad, my uncle is not feeling well. Don't drink. Wang Yao looked at his uncle carefully. His vitality was very poor. His breath was hot and his breath was sour and smelly. This was due to internal heat and gastrointestinal discomfort. It seemed that his uncle had been drinking a lot recently. It's okay to drink a little, his uncle said with a smile. You have been drinking a lot recently? Wang Yao asked. Well, I have been seeing a lot of clients recently, his uncle said. I have to drink on occasions. This was the case in China. Many business deals were negotiated at the table. Your stomach has been uncomfortable recently, Wang Yao said. You also have diarrhea. Yes, my nephew's medical skills are amazing, his uncle said. He can see it with his eyes alone. I will prescribe medicine for you later, Wang Yao said. You should go back and recuperate. Try not to smoke and drink as much as possible. Otherwise, your body will collapse. No matter how much money you earn, it will be useless. Don't I still have you, Yao? I am sick. I can ask you to treat me, his uncle said with a smile. In his opinion, these things were not up to him. I am not a god. I can cure all diseases, Wang Yao said calmly. He did not listen to him. If it were not for his uncle, he would not have bothered to say it. Okay, then I won't drink anymore. I'll just eat the dishes. Zhang Xiuying put the wine back. Okay, just eat. Wang Yao's uncle did not seem to be very happy. Wang Yao was the first to finish eating. He went to the clinic to get some medicine. It was mainly to regulate the gastrointestinal tract and clear the internal heat. Take these medicine back. Don't smoke, drink, or spicy things that are too stimulating. Okay, I got it. His uncle drove away. Driving and drinking? Your uncle has a classmate in the traffic police team. His words are quite effective. That won't do, Su Xiaoxue said. For yourself and others, you can't drive after drinking. Did my uncle come for anything else? No, he just came to see me, Zhang Xiuying said. Oh, that's rare, Wang Yao thought. He did not say it out loud. After all, that was his uncle. After Su Xiaoxue arrived in the capital, she returned home and called him. The two of them chatted for a while before hanging up. Are you happy? Song Ruiping asked softly. Yes, Su Xiaoxue happily said. He said he would come to see me this week. Well, remember to invite him to our house. Okay. You must be tired from the flight. Go to bed early. Okay. That's right. I can't always let girls come to see me. Song Ruiping went downstairs and chatted with Chu Lian for a while. He didn't agree to do that thing. It's okay if he didn't agree, Song Ruiping said. The boy is not a good person. Let him suffer a little. It is a punishment from God. She did not promise Wang Yao that it would work. Oh yes, Chu Lian said. You should rest too. You are tired. It's not very tiring. The mountain village is actually very good, Chu Lian said with a smile. Oh, even you say that? Listen to Anning. Living there, I feel that the whole person has become much quieter. Okay, go and live there more. At night, Jing was more bustling than during the day because most people were working during the day. At night, it was time for them to relax. Bars, restaurants, and KTV were full of people. Thousands of miles away, at this time, most people had turned off the lights and gone to bed. Occasionally, there were 2 dog barks. It was very quiet. Chapter 748. No one could bear to disturb such a situation. Oh, it's so quiet. The man lay on the bed weakly and looked at the moonlight outside. Tisk, tsk, tsk. Such a scenery, I really want to sing a song. He opened his mouth and then closed it again. What? I forgot. In my current state, it's naturally impossible for me to do such a thing. Ah, when will these days come to an end? The sun rose as usual the next day. It was the end of the second of the 3 hottest days. It was the hottest time. It's really hot today. People in the mountain village basically didn't go out on such a hot day. They all stayed at home or under the shade of a big tree outside the village. Thousands of miles away in southern Yunnan, there was a remote mountain village. There were dirt roads and bamboo buildings. It was a shabby village, no matter how one looked at it. It was hard to believe that there were many cars parked outside the mountain village. There were all kinds of cars, including luxury cars worth millions. Is this the place? A foreign car stopped outside the village. It's really remote and hard to find, but there are quite a lot of cars outside. The middle-aged man got out of the car and went into the mountain village. He found an old woman in the village and asked her about the king pharmacist. After asking, he found out that the king pharmacist had quite a lot of rules. The cars outside were all waiting to see the king pharmacist. Some people had even waited for a month. The most important thing was that the king pharmacist didn't see patients when he was in a bad mood. He also didn't see people he didn't like. What kind of rules are these? It's a headache just listening to them. Ah. The key problem was that the king pharmacist rarely made house calls unless he was given rare medicine or poison. It couldn't be Western medicine. He knew that, with the temper of the person behind him, she would definitely be furious if she came here. It was impossible for her to swallow her anger and look at other people's faces. If that happened, the king of medicine would most likely not treat that young master. Ask him to make a house call? This was not an easy task. Before he came, he had asked around. This king pharmacist had been famous in the southwestern provinces for decades. Over the years, he had seen all kinds of medicines. What kind of medicine could satisfy him? Both of these were difficult to deal with. He scratched his head. How am I supposed to report back? Wait, how many disciples does he have? Can we start with them? As soon as he said he would do it, he began to inquire about the disciples of this king of medicine. He did have 2 disciples outside, and it was said that they had learned less than 30% of his skills. However, he was definitely a famous doctor in the outside world. There were so many people who came to see him every day. However, this doctor obviously didn't have as many rules as his master. He only treated patients based on who came first. Moreover, he also heard that as long as the situation was suitable, he would also make house calls. That's great. He first queued up, and it took him an entire morning before it was his turn. Where are you feeling unwell? This was a man in his 40s. He was slightly plump. It's not that I'm not feeling well. I'm here to seek medical treatment for someone else. Give it to someone else? The doctor was stunned. Oh, this is the medical record I brought. Please take a look at it. He took out the medical record he had prepared in advance. The man looked at it carefully and then frowned. Where is the patient? In the capital. I came from the capital. The capital? The disciple of the king of medicine was stunned. The capital was in the north, which was almost the southernmost part of the motherland. The best resources in the country were concentrated in the capital, including medical facilities and personnel. They basically didn't come from the capital for treatment, but some people went back to the capital for treatment. I'm sorry, I don't have a good solution just by looking at your medical record, the man said. Is it convenient for you to make a house call? I make a house call once a month. I've already made a house call this month. I'm sorry. What about next month? I've already made an appointment for next month. Ah? The man was stunned. It turned out that there were rules here, but it was not as strange as his master's. Can't you make an exception? The disciple of the king of medicine shook his head with a smile. This is troublesome. I can't go to another disciple of the king of medicine. I heard that guy often comes and goes to a fixed place. He didn't rush to leave. Instead, he decided to wait and see if he could discuss it. It wasn't until 9 p.m. that the disciple of the king of medicine closed the door and prepared to go home. As soon as he came out, he met the person waiting outside. Hello, Dr. Wu. It's you. Why haven't you left yet? Dr. Wu was a little surprised to see him. Dr. Wu, you haven't eaten yet, right? How about I treat you to a meal? No, you don't have to. Just tell me what you want, Dr. Wu said. It's like this. You see, it's not easy for me to come all the way here from Beijing. Can you make an exception? If you have any requests, just tell me. I'll try my best to satisfy you. I can pay 3 times the consultation fee, the man said in a negotiating tone. Haha, it's not a matter of money, Dr. Wu said. 5 times. The man decisively raised the price. Dr. Wu looked at the man in front of him and didn't speak for a long time. 10 times. He raised the price again. Do you know how much I charge for a house call? Dr. Wu asked with a smile. How much? 50,000. The man stretched out his hand. I'll pay 500,000. Dr. Wu laughed after hearing that. Deal. That's right. The man clapped his hands. When are you free? The day after tomorrow. Okay, I'll arrange the itinerary right away. The man was very happy. At the same time, he paid a certain amount of consultation fee in advance. This disciple is easy to talk to. Fortunately, he can be settled with money. Such a high consultation fee sounded a little shocking, but for people like him, it was acceptable. The next day, he told Mrs. Li about the matter in Beijing. Well, I can't invite my master. Let me have a look first, the woman said. I hope it will be useful. In the mountain village, 4 patients came to the clinic in the morning. 3 of them were from the village. They all had diarrhea and it was very serious. Ouch, the stomachache is terrible. I can't stop the diarrhea. You ate something wrong and hurt your stomach. Wang Yao directly inserted needles into several acupoints on the patient's abdomen. He then prescribed 2 doses of medicine. Don't eat raw, cold, and spicy food. Give it once a day and night. You'll be fine after drinking it for 2 days. Thank you, Yao, the patient said. As for the second patient, Wang Yao didn't want to see him. He was a well-known drunkard in the village. He would rather not eat than drink. It was not the first time he had come to Wang Yao's clinic, because he felt unwell after drinking. Yao, please take a look at me. My stomachache is terrible. I have diarrhea no matter what I eat. I didn't drink anything. I really didn't drink. When he spoke, there was a very strong sour smell. Uncle, I'll prescribe you a few more doses of medicine. It's still the same requirements as last time. You absolutely can't touch cigarettes or alcohol. If you still can't change this habit, don't come again next time. The man was from the same village, so he didn't want to lose face. Okay. The man paid the money and left. The third person was in his 30s. His face was sallow and he couldn't walk steadily. Ouch, I also have a stomachache. Show me your tongue. The man opened his mouth and stuck out his tongue. What a strong heat. What a strong humidity. Summer was a season that was easy to get heaty, but it was also a good time to get rid of the humidity in the body. Spring, summer, autumn, and winter were the 4 seasons of the year. Each had its own advantages. You need to recuperate. No, it's just diarrhea. You can just prescribe me an anti-diarrhea medicine. Why do you need to recuperate? Since you know it so well, why do you still come to me? No. The man was stunned. I don't mean that. Tell me, how do you want to recuperate? You need to get rid of the heat first and then get rid of the humidity. The 2 doses of medicine have to be taken in 2 stages separately, Wang Yao said. How long will it take? Within 10 days, Wang Yao said. Well, okay. Chapter 749. It seemed that it was hard for him to accept that his disease could be cured in 10 days. He didn't know why. Take the medicine, pay, and leave. Deal with doubt and disdain. Wang Yao had seen these expressions on people who came to see him more than once. They heard about his reputation and came to see him. They saw his age and heard his diagnosis. Then, they were doubtful and disdainful. However, most of them were convinced in the end. These people all took medicine and received treatment according to his instructions. The final result was that their disease was cured in a very short time. Of course, there were some people, a very small number of people, even if they were diagnosed in the clinic and spent money to get medicine from him, did not take the medicine according to the instructions after they went back or did not pay attention to the daily necessities, which led to the aggravation of their disease. The 4th person was not from the village. He was wearing sunglasses. His situation was a bit special. His left eye was splashed with lye, which corroded it. How long has it been? Wang Yao looked at his left eye, which was congested with blood. It had begun to show signs of ulceration. Well, a week, the man said. Didn't you go to the hospital? Wang Yao asked. No, I didn't care at that time, the man said. Why did you think of this? Wang Yao asked. The first place to think of in this kind of disease should be a regular big hospital. Ordinary outpatient clinics should not accept such patients because it was the eye. It was not an ordinary skin injury. It would be fine after applying some medicine. Well, I heard that your medical skills are very good, and it is not expensive to see a doctor. The man hesitated and said, Not expensive? Wang Yao smiled when he heard the reason. This was probably the most fundamental reason. That is because you have not met expensive ones. Good things are cheap, and good food is not expensive. It was good to hear such words. I can treat your eye disease, but the cost is higher. How much is it? The man in his 40s asked immediately after hearing that. At least $1,000. So expensive? He was stunned. Can it be cheaper? Haha, cheap. Tell me, how much is your eye worth? Wang Yao asked with a smile. Creak. At this time, the door outside opened. Someone came in. Master. The person who came was Pan Jun. You're not on duty today. Yes, something happened at home, so I'm a little late. Is there a patient? Yes, look at his eyes. Hiss, this is serious. What happened? Pan Jun took a closer look and asked. He was the director of the emergency department. Patients who came to the hospital for emergencies would be sent to his department for emergency treatment. After that, they would be transferred to other departments according to their respective conditions. The patients in the emergency department were usually in a critical condition, such as accidents, trauma, sudden fainting, and so on. Pan Jun had also encountered eye injuries more than once. Once, he encountered a person who was using a grinding machine to remove rust. As a result, the wire brush fell and pierced his eyeball. At that time, the People's Hospital didn't accept it. After simple treatment, it was directly sent to the eye hospital in Dao City. Therefore, safe operation was very important. It's corroded by lye. How do you treat this disease in your county hospital? Stay in the hospital. There's no need for surgery in this situation. I think an injection can suppress it, Pan Jun said after taking a closer look. Who is this? Hello, my name is Pan Jun. I'm the director of the emergency department in the People's Hospital. This is my master, Pan Jun introduced with a smile. After hearing that, the person was stunned. Do you think I'm a fool? Why would a director of a county hospital go to such a remote place to worship such a young man as his master? Haha. After hearing that, he just smiled symbolically. You're lying. As long as you're happy. He didn't take it seriously. How much does it cost to stay in the hospital? Wang Yao asked. It's hard to say, but if you stay in the hospital, you have to do the most basic examination. Plus the hospitalization fee and medical expenses, it'll cost about 2,000 yuan a week. Well, you're acting, aren't you? Haha, I'll come back another day. Thank you. After hearing that, the person decisively got up and was ready to leave. Okay, go back and think about it before coming back, Wang Yao said. Or go directly to the hospital. This disease can't be delayed any longer. Otherwise, your eyes will be ruined. Okay. Master, what does he mean by that? Pan Jun was a little surprised when he saw the man leave. He could see that the tissue of the eyeball had begun to inflame. At this time, timely treatment was necessary. Otherwise, he might not be able to keep his eye. He doesn't quite believe what I just said. He really dares to ask for 1,000 yuan. You're the director of the emergency department of a county hospital. Why don't you say that you're an expert from Jing? You said it so clearly and logically. Do you really think I'm a fool? The man who had just come out of the clinic said as he walked. From time to time, he immediately said a few words. Maybe I should really go to the hospital? After hearing Wang Yao's words, Pan Jun said, 1,000 yuan is not expensive. Yeah, I don't think it's very expensive, and the effect is immediate, Wang Yao said with a smile. But that person doesn't believe it. I think he'll regret it, Pan Jun said. Ah, put it aside. Everyone has the right to choose. The next patient will be handed over to you. No problem, Pan Jun said with a smile. In the most luxurious hotel in a city in southern Yunnan. Well, Dr. Wu, are you ready? Yes, I'm ready, the disciple of the king pharmacist said with a smile. To be honest, he had seen rich people, but this person made him feel a little different. Can you leave tomorrow? Yes. That's good. I can't wait. He didn't invite his master, but he invited a disciple. This could be considered as an explanation, right? The next day, the wind was gentle and the sun was bright. A plane rushed into the sky and flew straight to Jing. Looking at the old and prosperous city below, Dr. Wu whispered softly, "That's Jing?" "Yes, that's Jing. Is this your first time here?" "It's my first time." "Welcome." "Thank you." Jing was prosperous and hot. After getting off the plane, Dr. Wu said, "It's so hot." "Yes, it is indeed hotter than your hometown." The heat here was different from the sultry heat in his hometown, which was not even a fourth-tier city. It was a kind of scorching heat. When breathing into the lungs, he could feel the smell of fire. It was a very uncomfortable feeling. Therefore, Dr. Wu's first impression of the city was not good, although it was very prosperous. He quickly sat in the high-end imported car with the air conditioner on. Shall we see the patient next? Okay. The car drove slowly on the road in the traffic jam. Damn, it's rush hour. It's rare to see it, Dr. Wu said. To be honest, he had never seen such a traffic jam in his life. It was an eye-opener to see it with his own eyes. Is such a city really suitable for living? As far as the eye could see, there were high-rise buildings. The city was made of reinforced concrete. The trees on both sides of the road were just a touch of color. Was this a place to live or to be imprisoned? It's oppressive. What? Dr. Wu asked. It makes me feel oppressive here. The pressure of life here is too great and the pace is too fast. Really? It's like that, Dr. Wu said. But, can you really feel it in the car now? Yes, I can still see. Dr. Wu pointed to his eyes. The car drove for nearly 2 hours before arriving at a hospital. This hospital? Have you been here before? Dr. Wu asked. No, in fact, it's my first time in Jing, but I've heard of it. Then you are inside. The two of them entered the hospital. They first met Mrs. Li, who was waiting there. Madam, this is Dr. Wu, the eldest disciple of the king pharmacist. Hello, Dr. Wu. You have come from afar. Thank you for your hard work. At this moment, Mrs. Li showed the etiquette of a rich family. You are welcome. We each have our own needs. Dr. Wu was not hypocritical like other people. Very good. Mrs. Li smiled and said. The doctor was an honest person. Chapter 750. This Dr. Wu was obviously not a hypocritical person, unlike some people who obviously wanted to make money but still pretended to be virtuous on the surface, which was despised by others. Where is the patient? He's inside. In a separate VIP ward, the disciple of the king pharmacist saw the patient lying on the hospital bed. His face was pale, his cheeks were sunken, and he was very thin. His eyes were dull, and his body was slightly undulating. It proved that he was still alive and struggling at death's door. What kind of illness? Pain, chest and abdomen pain, Mrs. Li said. Headache. The pain is terrible, and the painkillers don't work. How are you suppressing it now? Using a large dose of morphine. Drugs. Dr. Wu frowned slightly. The effect of this kind of painkiller was indeed very good, but its side effects were also very obvious. It was addictive and had a great destructive effect on the human body. There's no other way, the woman said. We can't just watch him die of pain. She had also become a lot haggard in the past few days. She could only watch her son suffer so much. There was nothing she could do. She was anxious and angry, and her body was a little uncomfortable. I'll take a look at him first. Dr. Wu came to the hospital bed and took Ho Shida's pulse. It was very weak and a little strange. Dr. Wu frowned slightly. He then carefully checked his abdomen and head. How is this possible? He whispered. Then, he took the patient's pulse again and carefully checked his chest and abdomen. I'll wait until he has an attack, he said as he got up. Okay. Mrs. Li looked at her watch. It'll be soon. They waited in the ward. After about an hour, Ho Shida, who was in a comatose state, reacted and let out a loud cry. At this time, Dr. Wu hurried to him and grabbed his wrist. He asked someone to help hold him down. He listened to his chest and abdomen and pressed his pulse. Hold him down. He got up and said to the woman next to him. Okay. Mrs. Li made a gesture, and someone immediately came in from outside to hold down Ho Shida, who was still wailing, like a pig about to be slaughtered. Dr. Wu took out a needle pouch from the medicine box he carried with him, then took out several silver needles and pierced them into his abdomen at an extremely fast speed. Ho Shida's legs suddenly stiffened, and his body stiffened. What's going on? Mrs. Li was shocked. Don't panic. Dr. Wu pulled out a few silver needles and then pricked a few more places. Ah! There was another scream. Ho Shida wailed again. Not good at all. Dr. Wu's expression was very solemn, and there was even sweat on his forehead. You can use morphine now. After a large dose of morphine was injected, Ho Shida wailed on the hospital bed for a long time before he stopped. Dr. Wu, my son's illness. I'm sorry, madam. I can't cure him. I've disappointed you, the disciple of the King of Medicine said after a long silence. He would try as long as he was 30% sure, but he was not even 100% sure about this illness. What? Mrs. Li's face changed. It was very ugly. I can't cure this illness. There was silence for a long time. Can you see the cause of the illness? Yes. What is it? Mrs. Li asked. There is an external evil invading his meridians, Dr. Wu said. It's just that his meridians are disordered, and his internal organs are dysfunctional, so he often feels pain, including in his head. It's the same as what Dr. Chen and Dr. Li said, but it can't be removed, Mrs. Li said. Thank you. You're welcome, Dr. Wu said. He didn't expect to meet such a patient there. He felt helpless. Dr. Wu, do you know who can treat this illness? Mrs. Li asked. Well, Dr. Wu thought for a while. My master should be able to, but he has a lot of rules. There are many rules that can be followed, Mrs. Li said. Dr. Wu, as his disciple, don't you have special care? Mrs. Li asked. No, my master specifically pointed that out. Dr. Wu shook his head. In fact, these disciples of his were given special care, but he would never waste such a precious opportunity for an outsider like this. Mrs. Li sighed after listening. Xiao Ho, give Dr. Wu the consultation fee. Yes, ma'am. You don't have to come, Mrs. Li said. The illness hasn't been cured. I don't deserve it. Dr. Wu has tried his best, Mrs. Li said. In the end, the disciple of the king pharmacist didn't accept the consultation fee, but accepted the convenience of travel and accommodation. Ma'am? According to the rules, go to the king pharmacist's place, Mrs. Li said after taking a deep breath. Got it. I'll arrange it right away. This was the most helpless choice. In the mountain village, on Nanshan Hill, Wang Yao was testing a very special medicine. Double the purification of licorice mixed with the appropriate amount of Xianculo flowers, supplemented with the appropriate amount of wine. He was making a kind of rosemary. Well, the taste is quite good, but I don't know how the effect is. Looking at the small white porcelain bottle, which contained the special medicine he was trying to make. He gently opened the cork. Immediately, a special fragrance floated out. Well, I feel refreshed after taking a whiff. I'll go down the mountain and find someone to try it. He took the medicine he had just made and went down the mountain. He didn't go to the clinic. Instead, he went to Zhong Liuchuan's home. Sir. Hello, sir. Hello, Anshin. Do you have a holiday today? Yes, Saturday is a holiday. Anshin, go back to do your homework, Zhong Liuchuan said. I have something to discuss with sir. Okay. Zhong Anshin returned to her room happily. Well, your progress is quite fast. Wang Yao found that Zhong Liuchuan's breathing seemed to have changed a lot after not seeing him for a few days. This was the effect of practicing the method of respiration. When you have nothing to do, you sit quietly in the room. Well, let's go next door and see the guy. Okay. The two of them went next door. Clatter. The door was opened. Someone's here? Jia Zizai, who was lying on the Kong, had his eyes lit up. He had had enough of this kind of life in the past few days. He was weak all over, and he didn't have any meat or wine. However, he couldn't see anyone all day long. He was just lying there quietly, which was too torturous. It was a kind of mental torture. Hey, there are two people today. It's you. As soon as he saw Wang Yao, the fire in Jia Zizai's heart burned crazily. However, he could only burn. Other than that, he couldn't do anything. His current situation was described by the saying, "The spirit is willing, but the strength is insufficient." Well, you look good. Wang Yao looked at him and smiled. Bah. Try it, Zhong Liuchuan said. You can still look good like this. You are a pharmacist. How can you have such eyesight? I'll help you remove the restrictions. Wang Yao smiled. What? Jia Zizai was stunned. Is he going to let me go? Or is he going to kill me? Wang Yao patted the air a few times. Then, a stream of heat flowed into his body and was extracted. Then, he magically found that his body could move freely, and the strength that had disappeared was quickly returning. Huff, huff, huff. He could breathe. This feeling was so good. He stood up abruptly. Ah, dizzy, dizzy. Suddenly, he felt as if the sky and earth were spinning. This was too sudden. Liuchuan, can you go out for a while? Yes, sir. Zhong Liuchuan left the room. What's the situation? Do you want to talk alone? Jia Zizai didn't know what the pharmacist was up to. Come, smell this. How about it? Wang Yao took out a white porcelain bottle and opened the stopper. Jia Zizai was stunned. Smell it? What do you mean? No, there is a conspiracy. My head is so dizzy. Suddenly, he knelt on the ground. The spirit and strength in his body that had not been easy to recover receded like the tide. D*MN, what is this? This time was different from the last time. He just felt that his body didn't have much strength. He also felt that his body was hot. His chest was stuffy, and his breathing was not smooth. His head hurt badly. Hey, where did the bird come from? He blinked hard and then realized that he was hallucinating. Chapter 751. It works. Wang Yao decisively plugged the cork. He went to Jia Zizai to observe his reaction. He reached out to check his pulse. How do you feel? Wang Yao asked softly. Hum, hum, hum. Jia Zizai felt that it was difficult for him to breathe. If he had a little strength, he would find a way to teach the young man a lesson, even if he had to slap him in the face. F***ck, he was using him to test medicine and conduct human experiments. What a heartless thing to do. Did he ask how he felt? Disperse. Wang Yao waved his hand. There was a whistling sound in the room. The fragrance was blown away. Zhong Liuchuan, who was standing in the small courtyard, heard the sound coming from the room. He looked back but did not go in. What is this smell? He smelled a faint fragrance in the courtyard. He suddenly felt a little dizzy. What's going on? Fortunately, this feeling came and went quickly. It didn't take long for it to disappear. You can come in, Luchuan. Wang Yao, who was in the room, shouted to the outside. Zhong Luchuan, who was in the small courtyard, heard the shouting in the room. He saw Jia Zizai lying on the ground like a dead dog. Sir, what happened to him? Zhong Luchuan asked. I just used him to test the medicine. Wang Yao shook the small bottle in his hand. It seems that the medicine is good. When I was in the courtyard, I smelled a faint fragrance, Zhong Luchuan said. Then, I felt a little dizzy, but I soon recovered. That's the medicine, Wang Yao said. You have taken the special medicine I made, so you should have a certain resistance to this kind of fragrance. The fragrance has been diluted a lot, so you are fine. Tie him up. I want to see how long the medicine lasts. Yes, sir. Wait, do I still need to be tied up in my current state? Jia Zizai asked weakly. It's better to be prepared. All right, Luchuan, take a look at him. Let me know if you feel that he has become more energetic. Yes, sir. After saying this, the two of them left. Wait, don't be in such a hurry to leave. Pour me a glass of water. You can't always let me drink cold water. I want to drink a hot cup. Sir, what's the name of this medicine? What do you think of the 10 fragrance tendon weakening powder? It sounds nice, but I think I've heard it somewhere before. Well, I just don't know if it will infringe on the copyright. Why don't we call it tendons fragrance? Wang Yao said with a smile. In fact, he had come up with this medicine on his own. He had mainly relied on the miraculous fragrance of the Xianqiluo. After sitting in Zhong Liuchuan's house for a while, Wang Yao returned to his clinic. In a small county town in Nanjiang, Guo Zhenghe looked outside. This was a remote town. He had been here for more than a year. In a year, he had risen from the mayor of a small town to the county magistrate. The speed of his promotion was very amazing. However, he relied on his real political achievements. Of course, his family background was indispensable. Are you sure? Yes. All right, I see. You did a good job. Continue. Yes. After hanging up the phone, his face was calm as he looked out the window. Sigh, this is really enviable. He sighed. Knock, knock, knock. There was a knock on the door. Come in. A calm and steady voice sounded. County Magistrate, the things you arranged have been done. Well, I see. Do what you need to do. Yes. It's done? In this small county town, there were not many leisure places. However, a resort was built on the mountain not far away. Some villas were built near the mountain to avoid damaging the trees and terrain on the mountain as much as possible. This was one of the projects Guo Zhenghe focused on after he came to be in charge. This small county town had no industrial foundation. After he came, his first thought was to rely on the green mountains and clear waters to develop a tourism industry. Turned out that this step was actually the right step. In fact, with the improvement of people's living standards in recent years, more and more people began to pay more attention to the treatment of life. More and more people liked to travel around. The scenery was very charming, and the forest coverage was high. It was a very good summer resort. Since the mountain resort was built, people from nearby cities often came here. There were even more people in summer. Some people even chose to live in the mountains for a long time to avoid the summer. Guo Zhenghe took a car to the mountain resort. He arrived at a wooden villa. Hello, County Magistrate. Where is he? He's in the house. No one is to disturb him without my permission. Understood. Guo Zhenghe pushed the door open and entered the room. There was a man in his 40s. He had an ordinary appearance. Most of his body was ordinary. He was very ordinary. Hello. Hello, County Magistrate Guo. The man hurriedly stood up when he saw Guo Zhenghe. Have a seat. Don't be so nervous. Tell me, why do you have to see me? Guo Zhenghe asked with a smile. Well, I've been in big trouble recently. After thinking about it, I can only come to see you, the man said. Big trouble? Your herb planting project has always been supported by the county. How could you be in big trouble? Guo Jinghe asked with a smile. The man looked ordinary, but in fact, he was very rich. He was a famous herb planter in the county. At the end of last year, he applied for a herb processing project. At the same time, it was nearly 20 million yuan. This project was listed as the county government's focus and support project this year. Guo Jinghe had been there some time ago. The progress was good. Well, it's not about the project. Then what is it about? I feel that my personal safety is being threatened, the man said after hesitating for a moment. What? Guo Jinghe's face changed. Who is it? I don't know. The man shook his head. But recently, someone has been following me. Moreover, some of the herbs I planted on the mountain have been inexplicably missing. Have you called the police? Yes, but it didn't work. Guo Jinghe got up and walked a few steps in the room. Do you have any enemies? No. To put it bluntly, I'm just a herb planter. Herb planter? What kind of herbs are missing? They are all herbs such as ginseng that are more than 10 years old. These are wild herbs. They are very valuable. Seeking money? Why do you feel that you are being threatened? Tisk, how should I put this? The man scratched his head. I feel that I have been poisoned. What? Guo Jinghe was stunned. He had heard a lot about this during the time he was in power here. Poison was a unique culture in Nanjiang. It was very mysterious. Very few people had seen it with their own eyes, including Guo Jingyang. Although he often heard about it, he had never seen it. Poisoned? Do you have any evidence? My stomach has been particularly uncomfortable for the past 2 days, the man said. I vomited several times. There were worms in the vomit. Worms? Parasites? No, definitely not, the man said. There are no such parasites. In fact, someone came to me and said that he wanted to sell the mountain that I had rented. I didn't agree at the time. Did he threaten you? No, he just asked me to think about it. Guo Jinghe pondered for a moment. Do you know who he is? No. The man shook his head. County Magistrate Guo, I'm quite scared. I asked around. Their style is very similar to the style of a sect in Miaojiang. What sect? It's called the Valley of Thousands of Medicine. They specialize in growing herbs and making medicine. Valley of Thousands of Medicine? How about this? You go to the hospital for a checkup first. If it doesn't work, go to a big hospital. If you encounter such a situation again, calm him down first and then call the police. Guo Jinghe said. In fact, this matter should not have been handled by him. It should have been handled by the police station. However, this person had been very cooperative since he was in power there. He had helped a lot and could be considered a local confidant. Since he was in power there, he had to leave an impression on the people below him. He had to protect his people and speak for them. Otherwise, who would follow him in the future? Oh, I see. Well, I'll tell you a place, Guo Jinghe said. If you can't find anything in the hospital, you can go there and have a look. But don't mention my name. Chapter 752. County Magistrate Guo then told Wang Yao's name and the location of the clinic to the person in front of him, who was considered a direct descendant of the government. Okay, I'll remember it. The man carefully wrote down the address. If you don't feel well, I suggest you go to see him immediately, Guo Jinghe said after thinking for a moment. Okay, I'll remember it. The man picked up the hat on the table, put it on, and left quietly. Voodoo. Guo Jinghe leaned back in his chair and repeated the word. He remembered that when he was poisoned in Qi province, he went to see Wang Yao. Later, he heard from his sister that he was poisoned by a rare insect poison. If Wang Yao didn't have special medicine, he was afraid that he would be sitting there now. "Sir, how nice it would be if we were just like before." Cough, cough, cough. As soon as the man walked out of the wooden villa, he began to cough non-stop. He felt that something was stuck in his throat. Then, he rushed out. Bah! He couldn't help but vomit. Then, he lowered his head to take a look. His body trembled, and then he was stunned as if he had been struck by lightning. Bloody sputum. This was not terrible. The terrible thing was that the sputum had blood scabs and was still moving. It was a worm, a small worm like a thread. This was not an illusion. How could this be? He felt that there seemed to be something wriggling in his mouth. He rushed to his car like crazy. He took out a bottle of mineral water in a panic and rinsed his mouth hard. After he finished one bottle of water, he took out another bottle. He didn't stop until he felt that there was no more mixed taste in his mouth. No, there was more. In fact, there was nothing in his mouth at this moment. This was an illusion. "I don't want to go to the hospital. I'm going to the clinic to see Wang Yao." He drove the BMW and sped away. He was a little nervous when he was driving. Calm down, calm down." With a squeak, the car suddenly stopped and almost hit a family. "Are you blind?" the man yelled at him. "Luckily, I didn't hit anyone." He took out a few more mouthfuls of mineral water and started the car again. This time, it was much slower. When he got home, he tidied up and told his family that he was leaving. He took a taxi to the nearest airport, where there was a direct flight to Tao City. However, he had to wait for a few hours. He bought a ticket and sat in the departure hall. He looked at the time from time to time and waited anxiously. When it was finally time to board the plane, he eagerly boarded the plane. It was already night when the plane arrived in Tao City. Should we find a place to stay for the night? They checked into a hotel and had a simple meal. Then they went to sleep. In the middle of the night, he suddenly got up and rushed to the toilet. Vomit. He vomited everything he had eaten for dinner, along with dark red blood. The light in the bathroom was soft and not glaring, but he could still see the tiny worms in the blood. No. He turned on the faucet and flushed all the worms into the sewer. Then, he began to rinse his mouth crazily. Finally, he hugged his head and squatted in the bathroom, crying softly. Why did this happen? Why? He was just a farmer. He didn't do anything bad and stood aloof from worldly affairs. However, he suffered such a disaster for no reason. He felt a pain in his abdomen. Damn it! That night, he didn't sleep at all. He quietly lay in bed and opened his eyes until dawn. Before dawn, he checked out and left the hotel. He took a taxi and went straight to Lianshan County. Lianshan. Yes, how much is it? 500 yuan. No problem. He took out the money decisively. I'll give you 600 yuan. Hurry up. He was afraid that if he was late, there would be more accidents during the process. Okay, please sit tight. It took less than 2 hours to reach Lianshan County, but the driver was not a local. He didn't know where the place was, so he changed to another taxi. As soon as the driver heard that it was Wang Yao's clinic, he started the car and drove away. It didn't take long for him to enter a mountain village. He went straight to the south end of the village and went outside a Hui-style building. Here it is. The driver pointed to the building with gray tiles and white walls. A foreigner? Yes. Are you here to see a doctor? Yes. This Dr. Wang's medical skills are amazing. The driver gave him a thumbs up. Have you seen him? Not me, but an old man in my village. He has been limping for several years. He has been here for less than a month. Well, don't you think he's amazing? Now, the young doctor in the mountain village was quite famous in Lianshan County. All right, I won't chat with you anymore. I wish you good health soon. Thank you. After paying, the man got out of the car and went to the outside of the clinic. He gently knocked on the door of the tomb. Please come in. A voice came from inside the house. It was very clear. It was as if the person was right next to him. He pushed the door open and entered. It was a very exquisite small courtyard. It made people feel comfortable and comfortable to look at. After entering the house, he saw a young man in his 20s looking at him. His eyes were very peaceful. He had no strength to walk. His face was dull, his eyes were dull, and his breathing was uneven. In an instant, Wang Yao heard a strange sound in the man's stomach. "Hello, Dr. Wang," the man said. The accent indicated that he was not a local. "Please sit down. Where do you feel uncomfortable?" "My stomach. I vomited a lot. There are poisonous insects in my stomach," the man anxiously said after sitting down. "Poisonous insects? How do you know it's poisonous insects?" "I vomited a lot of insects. There are also insects when I defecate." "Well, come, let me take a look." Wang Yao went forward to take a closer look. It was indeed a poisonous insect. The poisonous insect had almost spread all over the man's internal organs. "How many days have you had this feeling?" "More than 20 days, the man said. "At first, I didn't pay much attention to it. Later, my body became more and more uncomfortable. Then, I realized that I had poisonous insects in my body." He had been talking about poisonous insects. "Where did you come from?" "Dianan." "Dianan? That's quite far." Wang Yao was surprised. "How do you know this place?" "I heard someone mention it." "Don't you have a very famous king pharmacist there? Why don't you go see him?" Wang Yao asked with a smile. "He was just chatting." "He is very capable, but his rules are too strange," the man said. It was not that he had never thought of going to see the king pharmacist, but he was also afraid of his strange rule of not seeing patients if they were in a bad mood. Since Guo Jinghe had recommended this place, he went directly there. "Doctor, can I still be saved?" "Of course you can be saved." Wang Yao smiled and said, "This is not a terminal illness. Besides, the poisonous insect has not entered the brain. There is no problem." "Oh, that's good, that's good." The man breathed a sigh of relief and felt a little relieved. "You wait here for a moment. I'll be back soon." "Oh, okay." Wang Yao went out and went into the room next door, leaving the man to wait quietly. He then looked around the room. The furnishings were very simple, even a little shabby. "Ah, this chair is a little old." He looked carefully. "This table should be changed." He did not wait long before he saw Wang Yao come in with a porcelain bottle. "This is the medicine I made for you," Wang Yao said. "Take it twice a day, once in the morning and once in the evening. After taking the medicine, you may have some abdominal pain, but it will not be a problem. Within 3 days, all the poisonous insects in your body have been removed. Come to me in 3 days." "Oh, okay. How much is this medicine?" 10,000 yuan. The man was stunned. It was so expensive. He did not expect the medicine to be so expensive. Could it be that he is a scammer? "Is it expensive?" Wang Yao asked with a smile. In fact, the medicine was very simple. It was half a leaf of miasma grass mixed with some licorice. The effect was absolutely good. There was no problem. Moreover, there was only one shop. There was no other place. "Okay, I'll take it." He came from thousands of miles away. Although the medicine was a little expensive, he had to try it to see how effective it was. After paying, he left with the medicine. Chapter 753. Dianan? Wang Yao repeated softly and carefully recorded the patient's condition. The parasite in his body was indeed very rare. It was completely different from the parasite that Wei Hai contracted from eating seafood. It might really be a venomous insect. It looks like that place really does have those legendary things. After the man left the mountain village with the medicine, he went to the nearby Lianshan County and found a hotel to stay. He hesitated for a while and poured out a little medicine. He found a bottle to put it in and drank some of it. "I hope it works." He himself had come with hope. Soon, He felt a severe pain in his stomach. What's going on? It's happening again. He hurried to the toilet, but he didn't vomit or poop. He only felt pain. It was very painful. At this time, he remembered what the doctor had said. You may have some abdominal pain, the doctor said. Is it only a little? It's really F***ing painful. He gritted his teeth. His body trembled. Cold sweat kept flowing out. After a while, the pain reached its limit. He curled up on the bed like a fried prawn. Should I go to the hospital? Why didn't I leave the doctor's phone number? No, I have to find the doctor. He endured the severe pain and got out of bed. He was about to go out. Suddenly, he stopped and turned to go straight to the toilet. As soon as he took off his pants, there was a torrent. He couldn't stop. He almost pooped his pants. In an instant, the whole toilet was filled with a pungent sour smell. It smells so bad. He endured the pain in his stomach and kept excreting. In the end, he directly pooped. Huff, huff. When he came out of the bathroom, he was completely exhausted. He pooped a large number of dead insects. He endured the nausea and carefully confirmed that the insects were different from those he had excreted before. They were all dead and showed no signs of activity. Miasma grass could kill poisonous insects. It meant it could kill all of them. Much better. There was a sour smell on his body, but he didn't care so much. He just lay on the bed. After days of panic and thousands of miles of running, his body was very tired. Unknowingly, he fell asleep. He woke up late at night because of the pain. He rushed to the toilet and had another bout of diarrhea. When he came out, he looked at the time. It was already 10 o'clock at night. He made do with some food, waited for a while, drank a cup of medicine, and then went to sleep. He slept all the way until the next morning. Early in the morning, I was woken up by the sunlight shining through the window. He propped himself up with his arms. His body felt very tired and heavy. This was a normal reaction after severe diarrhea. Moreover, in the past few days, not only had he had diarrhea, but he had also vomited. His body had not been able to take in the normal amount of energy, and he had been in panic for days on end. The poisonous insects inside his body were destroying his body. Now, he could be said to be sick. Naturally, he was tired. Let's go out and eat something. He went to the bathroom to wash his face. In the mirror, his face was very pale. Hold on. He encouraged himself. The hotel provided breakfast. After eating a little, he felt that his appetite was not bad today, so he ate a little more. One had to know that he had eaten very little these days. Whatever he ate, he would vomit. He had no appetite at all. After breakfast, he felt that his body had some strength. He returned to the hotel. Sitting in front of the window, he quietly looked out at the strange northern town. I wonder how my family is now. In the mountain village dozens of miles away, how do you feel? Zhong Luchuan asked Jia Zizai with a smile, who was tied up tightly. Hey, I'm too lazy to talk to you, Jia Zizai said. Well, it sounds like your voice is recovering well, Zhong Luchuan said. Why don't you pretend? He held a book in his hand, which recorded in detail the reaction of the man in front of him in the past few hours. From the initial physical weakness to the gradual recovery, it was very detailed. What medicine was made by your doctor? Jia Zizai asked. Bone-softening fragrance, Jia Zizai said. Well, it sounds appropriate, Jia Zizai said. Give me a cigarette, Jia Zizai said. Zhong Luchuan lit it and handed it to his mouth. Thank you. You are welcome. Let's discuss something. Tell me, Jia Zizai said. Let's not talk about letting you go. It's not about that, Jia Zizai said. You can talk to your doctor. I also want to worship him as my teacher. What? Zhong Luchuan was stunned. He had an expression that said, Are you kidding me? I am not joking with you, Jia Zizai said. I am serious. I think this mountain village is really good. I also want to stay here. Well, wait a minute, Jia Zizai said. I will help you organize it first. Jia Zizai just sat there quietly, smoking. Are you the director of the company? Jia Zizai asked. Yes, Jia Zizai said. The composition of their special company was quite strange. The core was composed of several directors, each of whom was responsible for their own affairs. When there was a big event, a few of them would gather together to discuss and vote. It was very formal. In this respect, they had a lot of power. Well, my status is not as high as you think, Jia Zizai said. There is no contradiction in the company. You see, I have been missing for so many days, and they have not looked for me or asked about me. Maybe they are looking forward to my disappearance and replacing me. Don't talk nonsense, Zhong Luchuan said. I still know the ins and outs of this company, Jia Zizai said. You know too many things. I just occasionally saw something I shouldn't have seen, and it caused so much trouble. You know many times more things than I do. They will let you live in seclusion in the mountains. Even if you live in seclusion, you have to be a dead man. Tisk sai, Jia Zizai said. Actually, I'm really tired of fighting and killing all day. It's better to just sit in the yard with a stool and watch the sunrise and sunset. How nice would that be? Well, the second point, Jia Zizai said. I heard that you have at least 8 women outside. Rumors, absolutely rumors, Jia Zizai said. One of them is another director, Zhong Luchuan said. Is that right? Ah, what an ill-fated relationship. Jia Zizai sighed. The third point. Is there a third point? Jia Zizai asked. Well, this is the most important point, Zhong Luchuan said. I don't think Sir will accept you as an apprentice. TSK, why didn't I find out that you are such a wonderful person before? Jia Zizai took a puff of his cigarette with a decadent look on his face. At this time, someone came in from outside. Sir. Luchuan is also here, Jia Zizai said. How is it? How do you feel? Wang Yao looked at Jia Zizai with a smile. In the past 2 days, he had been there several times to observe the actual effect of the bone-softening incense. Fortunately, I have some strength, Jia Zizai said. He was very cooperative. How is it? Are you satisfied with this life? Hey sir, are you mocking me? Jia Zizai turned to look at Wang Yao said. In fact, I am very conflicted about how to deal with you, Wang Yao said. If I let you go, it will be troublesome. I also heard from Luchuan that your company is very vengeful. If I don't let you go, it is not appropriate to let you stay here. Oh, in fact, the best way to deal with it is to kill you and then dispose of you secretly. Hearing this, Jia Zizai calmly asked, Sir, have you killed someone? Yes, Wang Yao said. May I ask why? They threaten my family, Wang Yao calmly said. They should be killed. I understand, Jia Zizai said. I know that the so-called oath has no binding force, but I still want to say one more thing. If you let me go, the people from the company will never come to trouble you. If anyone comes, I will kill them. He was full of confidence when he said that. Let's wait a little longer. Wang Yao thought about it and got up. He and Zhong Luchuan left the room. Sir, the bone-softening incense on him is almost gone, right? Well, it is almost gone, Zhong Luchuan said. In this way, I am afraid this rope can't lock him, Zhong Luchuan said. Zhong Luchuan said. He was clear about the abilities of these people. Not to mention a mere rope, even if they were locked in a heavily guarded prison, they could still escape. Chapter 754. Wang Yao stopped, turned around, and looked into the room through the window. Jia Zizai was also standing there looking at them. The two of them looked at each other. Then, he raised his hand and pushed through the open window. Jia Zizai, who was in the room, immediately took half a step back with a shocked look on his face. What is this? A divine ability? Just now, the moment the doctor raised his hand, he felt a wave of heat instantly imprinted on his abdomen. It was warm and comfortable. He subconsciously took half a step back, but a moment later, the feeling of powerlessness hit him again. It's happening again. This time, Jiao Zizai's face was sweating. It was not because of the heat, but because he was scared. It was because of the palm just now. This is 2F** King mysterious. If at the beginning, the pressing of the void was still within the range of what he could accept and understand, then the palm just now was completely beyond his understanding. There was a distance of several meters between the two. At that moment, Jiao Zizai was scared. He was really scared. Over the years, he had seen all kinds of storms and waves in this industry. He had seen all kinds of ruthless guys and martial arts masters, but it was the first time he had seen someone like that. Such a person must be an immortal on earth. At that moment, he really wanted to be Wang Yao's disciple. Who wouldn't want to learn such a method? Well, let's go. The master and disciple turned and left, leaving Jiao Zizai in the room, shocked and powerless. His knees went soft and he knelt on the ground. It was not because he wanted to be a disciple, but because his legs suddenly lost strength. This is 2F** King exciting. After going out, he curiously asked, Master, what was the move you just used? What move? It was the palm just now, Zhong Luchuan said. I saw Jiao Zizai take half a step back. Ah, the air-splitting fist, Wang Yao said. He used the air-splitting fist technique from the ancient boxing scripture of the Zhou family. Of course, the root of the technique was his control of his own breath and absolute understanding of the meridians and acupoints. Air-splitting fist? Your cultivation is still not high enough. You can't practice this fist art for now. Wang Yao said with a smile. The space-splitting fist required Neishi to exert its power. At this time, Zhong Luchuan only had a sense of qi. His Neishi was so weak that it could be ignored. I know, sir. Naturally, Zhong Luchuan knew his current level of cultivation. He was also a contented person. He felt that being able to learn the method of breathing and use it freely was already very good. As for those profound boxing techniques, they were things for the future. Sir, will you stay for lunch today? No, I've already told my family. By the way, I have to go to Jing City this week. I wanted to let you know in advance. Help me take care of the things in the village when I go there, Wang Yao said. He had made an appointment with Su Xiaoxue a few days ago. He would go to Jing City to see her this week. Yes, sir. Don't worry. It's going to be summer soon. The weather is also turning cold. Wang Yao suddenly stopped and looked up at the sky. The sun was at its brightest. Well, it will be soon. There are still a few days left. In Lianshan County, in a hotel, the air conditioning was cold and very comfortable. A man was lying on the bed. His face was a little pale. Ha! He breathed out hard. The taste in his mouth made him feel nauseous. He just lay on the bed. He didn't want to do anything. His body was too lazy to move. The sun gradually set outside and the moon rose. Ah, I need to drink the medicine. He got up and drank a cup of medicine. He went down to eat something. After returning, he continued to lie on the bed, as if he was possessed by the god of laziness. Hey, not again. Suddenly, he frowned, got up, and went straight to the bathroom. He had diarrhea 7 or 8 times a day. Every time he exhaled, the things he exhaled were dead thread-like worms and some very small white spot. Those things had been in his stomach all the time. He felt sick just thinking about it. If this drags on, these things might eat all of my innards, then bite open my stomach and crawl out. More than once, he had imagined such a terrifying scene in his mind. Every time, he would tremble in fear. He didn't want to think about it. Sometimes, the more you don't want to think about it, the more it will appear in your mind. These damn worms, those damn people. As soon as he thought of that person, his eyes showed panic. He knew this matter must be related to them. Through this incident, he also knew how terrible they were. Forget it. I'll just stop farming when I get back. I'll give them the mountain. I've earned enough over the years. I'll go back and tell County Magistrate Gore about it. What a pity! He had invested nearly 20 years of effort into that mountain. As long as my body can be healthy, it's better than anything. Nothing happened that night. In the People's Hospital of Lianshan County, a man was seeing a doctor in the ophthalmology department. When did you hurt your eyes? Looking at the red and swollen eyes, the doctor seeing the patient asked. Well, I guess it's been more than 10 days, the patient said after thinking for a while. He concealed the actual number of days. It has deteriorated very badly. You may not be able to save your eyes. What? The patient was stunned. Well, you can stay in the hospital for a few days, the doctor said. Okay, the patient said. At this point, he was also afraid. He chose to stay in the hospital and went through the admission procedures. In the hospital hall, he saw a doctor in a white coat. Hello, Director Pan. Hello, are you on duty? Yes. Director Pan? The patient was stunned. Doctor, may I ask who that is? He stopped a nurse and pointed at the man. Director Pan of the emergency department. What's wrong? It was really? He was completely stunned. He had seen this person in the clinic in the mountain village. At that time, the doctor said he was the director of the emergency department in the county hospital, but he didn't believe it at all. After all, anyone would choose to doubt it in that case. Who would believe that a doctor in the county hospital, especially a director of the emergency department, would be apprenticed to such a young village doctor? He can cure my eyes. He suddenly realized that this was also very likely. He decided not to go through the transfer procedures. Instead, he left the hospital and went straight to the mountain village on his motorcycle. Well, here you are again. Looking at the sweaty man in front of him, Wang Yao smiled. Although he was wearing sunglasses, it was obvious that his eye disease had become more serious. Dr. Wang, I'm willing to buy that medicine, the patient said anxiously. Why did you suddenly change your mind? I went to the county hospital and met Director Pan. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have doubted you, the patient said honestly. Haha, that's normal. In the end, he spent 1,000 yuan to buy the bottle of medicine. Wang Yao dripped a few drops into his eyes with a dropper. This bottle of medicine should be taken 3 times a day. Don't stay up too late. Take care of your eyes more. Okay, I know. Is there a lot of dust in your work? Yes, I work in a flower factory, the patient said. Try to avoid contact with dust as much as possible. It's not too late to work after you recover, Wang Yao said. I will remember. The patient expressed his gratitude and left with the bottle of medicine. The medicine was actually very simple. It was ready. Wang Yao took a little connection ointment and dissolved it with ancient spring water. As for the effect, it was definitely not wrong. It's effective. As soon as the patient came out of the clinic, he felt that his eyes were cold. It was no longer as painful as when he came to the clinic. It was as if he had been washed by cold water. I should have bought this medicine last time. I've been in pain for a few more days. In the past few days, his eyes had been hurting more and more. He couldn't sleep at night. His wife and children kept urging him. He also realized that if his eyes were really blind, it would be troublesome. That's why he went to the hospital. He didn't expect the consequences to be so serious. What are you busy with? Su Xiaoshu asked. I just saw a patient. In the clinic, Wang Yao was talking to Su Xiaoshu on the phone. What's the disease? Su Xiaoshu asked. Eye disease. When will you come to Jing? Su Xiaoshu asked. Probably in 2 days. I saw a patient and will come back for a follow-up in 2 days, Wang Yao said. Chapter 755. If it weren't for the patient who was infected with poisonous insects, he might have left for Jing City today. Now, He knew that he had to wait for 2 days until all the poisonous insects in the patient's body were cleaned up. Then, he would prescribe another dose of medicine for the patient to finish the treatment. Well, I'll wait for you. The two of them chatted for a while before hanging up the phone. Hey, I don't know how the patient from southern Yunnan is now. Unknowingly, another day had passed. In the dead of night, Jia Zizai lay on the Kong, quietly looking outside. What had happened during the day was still replaying in front of his eyes. He had no choice. It was too exciting. TSK. He tried hard to turn over. Suddenly, I really want to learn. He sighed. This was from the bottom of his heart. Everyone actually had pursuits. He had pursuits, but very few people knew about them. In some ways, his pursuits were very similar to Zhong Liuchuan's. Crack! The sky outside suddenly lit up. A bolt of lightning cut through the silent night sky. Then, there was the sound of rolling thunder. Thunder. Rain. Put away the clothes. Such a sentence suddenly popped up in his mind. The rain fell from the sky very quickly. It hit the ground, the walls, the glass, and the roof, making a crackling sound. The thunderstorm came very fiercely. It rained for half an hour and then stopped. No way. Jia Zizai heard something. Rustle. A mouse. To his disappointment, it was a snake. Go away. He was a little flustered. If it had been any other day, it would have been like a spicy strip, but it was different now. He was restrained and weak. The snake didn't seem to hear his voice at all. It went directly to the Kong. What the hell are you doing? In the dark night, the snake coiled its head, jumped in front of him, and bit down. He let out a muffled grunt. D*eminent, this thing won't take the initiative to attack people. Obviously, the snake was very aggressive. It took the initiative to attack and bit Jia Zizai's calf. Oh no, there's poison. This was not the first time he had been bitten by a snake, nor was it the first time he had been bitten by a venomous snake. Therefore, he knew very well whether the snake was poisonous or not. His body reacted very quickly. This was a highly venomous snake. Zhong Liuchuan. He mustered all his strength and yelled loudly. Gotcha! It just so happened that a bolt of lightning streaked across the sky. His voice seemed to have been drowned out by the rolling thunder just now. Not good. The snake venom flared up very quickly. He vaguely heard the sound of the door opening, and then the lights in the house came on. What's wrong? Zhong Liuchuan heard the sound and entered the room. When he turned on the light, he saw the snake biting his calf. It was a very thin black snake, only as thick as a thumb and less than 40 centimeters long. A bright light flashed, and Zhong Liuchuan decisively cut the snake in half. The snake's head was still biting his calf. Poison! With one look, he knew that it was a venomous snake, a rarely seen venomous snake. Not good. After thinking for a while, he took out his phone and called Wang Yao. At this time, Wang Yao was on Nanshan Hill. Snake venom? How can there be a venomous snake in this place? Wang Yao was surprised. He had lived there for so many years. He knew there were snakes, but he had never heard of a venomous snake. He was not in a hurry to go down the mountain. Instead, he decocted a decoction on the mountain. Since it was poison, a leaf of antidote grass was enough. On Nanshan Hill, he prepared an antidote in a very short time and went down the mountain. At this time, the wind and rain were heavy. Lightning flashed and thunder roared from time to time. Wang Yao went out of the mountain and flew out of the herbal field. With a few leaps, he reached the foot of the mountain. He was very fast. In the blink of an eye, he was in the mountain village. Creak. The closed door was opened. Sir. How is she? Wang Yao asked. She has passed out, Zhong Liuchuan said. Huh. Looking at Jia Zizai lying on the Kong, breathing quickly and with a purple face, Wang Yao was very surprised. It had only been half an hour since he had received the phone call. In the middle, there was a slight delay because of the decoction. He did not expect the toxin to be so powerful that it would act up so quickly. Get out of the way. Zhong Luchuan decisively retreated to the side. This snake venom is so overbearing. Wang Yao knew how powerful the poison was. Sir, can she still be saved? Ah, it is just overbearing, Wang Yao said with a smile. Detoxification is not a problem. After taking the antidote soup, the effect was very obvious. The toxins in her body were quickly dispelled. Jia's eyes breathing also became much smoother. She should be fine, Wang Yao said after checking her pulse. Okay. Neither of them was in a hurry to go back. After a while, Zhong Anxin came from the room next door. Brother, sir, what happened to him? Nothing, Zhong Luchuan said. He was poisoned. You go back to sleep. Oh, okay. Before Zhong Anxin left, she glanced at Jia's eye and wondered when she had such a neighbor. Strange, where did this kind of poisonous snake come from? Wang Yao looked down at the snake that had been cut in half by Zhong Liuchuan's knife. There were very few snakes in the north, and even fewer poisonous snakes. Unless there were some special circumstances, snakes would not take the initiative to attack humans. In fact, they might be more afraid of humans than humans seeing them. They would take the initiative to avoid them, unless they were snakes with a particularly strong sense of territory. I also think it is very strange. Zhong Luchuan told Wang Yao in detail what he had seen when he arrived. It is so aggressive. Could it have also mutated? Wang Yao carefully looked at the snake and felt that in terms of appearance, it was like the kind of thin intestine they often talked about, except that its scales had turned greenish-black and had terrible toxins. Shishan? Wang Yao suddenly thought of the insects on Shishan that had never been seen in the past. What did you say? Ah, nothing. Cough. Jia's eye slowly woke up. How do you feel? To be honest, it's not very good. He took a deep breath. This time, he was no longer weak. Instead, he was numb. His leg, which had been bitten by the poisonous snake, had lost feeling. This snake venom is very overbearing, but now you are fine, Zhong Luchuan said. I will give you some medicine tomorrow. Thank you, sir, Jia's eye said. Wang Yao just smiled. Do you hate me? Not really, Jia's eye said. It's just that there should be such a disaster. Sleep. You will feel better when you wake up. Wang Yao pressed the air and heat enveloped his body. The feeling of softness and powerlessness receded, and then surged up again. The former was because Wang Yao had temporarily removed the restrictions on his body, and the latter was because of the residual power of the snake venom. Wang Yao put away the 2 parts of the snake and left with Zhong Luchuan. Sir, is he all right? He is fine, Zhong Luchuan said. The snake venom should be resolved within 2 days. Well, you go home and rest. Okay. It was still raining in the sky. By the way, come to the clinic tomorrow. I have something for you. Okay, Zhong Luchuan said. Sir, you still want to go up the mountain at this time? Zhong Anxin heard the sound and came out of the room with an umbrella. Yes, come in quickly, Zhong Luchuan said. The rain is so heavy. Well, take care, Zhong Anxin said. The rain was indeed very heavy. Between the sky and the earth, the rain curtain was across the sky. The wind was so strong that it was impossible to hold an umbrella. Wang Yao did not take anything. He disappeared into the dark, rainy night. Brother, sir did not use an umbrella. I saw it. Brother, sir's clothes are not wet at all, Zhong Anxin said. She had observed very carefully. Sir is not an ordinary person. Zhong Luchuan smiled and touched his sister's head. Oh brother, when did the neighbor next door live here? When you were in school, you were not allowed to go over on weekdays. He is not a good person. Zhong Luchuan did not forget to remind his sister that she was not deeply involved in the world. She was a naive child. Jia's eye was a master who could deceive ghosts with her eyes wide open. Oh, I see. Okay, hurry up and go back to the house to sleep. Okay. The rain was still falling. Wang Yao quickly returned to Nanshan Hill. His clothes were not wet at all. When he returned to the house, he took out the snake and looked at it carefully under the light. Chapter 756. The more I look at it, the more it looks like it, he whispered. Wait until tomorrow. We'll catch a snake and see. The wind and rain continued outside the house. The shower came quickly and quickly. After 2 hours, the reservoir at the foot of the mountain was full of water. It flowed out through the side of the spillway. Splash! Suddenly, a head popped out of the reservoir. A body swam up. It was a big snake. After coming out of the reservoir, it went up Nanshan Hill and into the herbal field. San Xian, who was in his kennel, heard the sound. He looked up and went back to sleep. The snake came to San Xian's side and coiled up. The next morning, the sky was still a little gloomy, but the weather seemed to be a lot cooler. It also confirmed the old saying, a cold autumn rain. Wang Yao got up in the morning and went down the mountain. He first went to Jiazizai to check on his situation. The snake venom had been removed overnight, but he still looked tired. How do you feel? Wang Yao asked. Well, still weak, Jiazizai said. This is the residual effect of the snake venom. Come, drink this medicine. Wang Yao took out a medicine bottle, which was specially brewed for him. You don't want to use me to test the medicine again, do you? Although he said that, Jiazizai drank the medicine without hesitation. He felt a warm feeling in his stomach. This is primordial spirit soup, Wang Yao explained with a smile. It can consolidate the corporeity. It is a warm tonic. It's amazing that such a talented person like you would hide in this small mountain village at such a young age, Jiazizai said. He was telling the truth. Young people were so ostentatious and glamorous. Only when one reached a certain age and saw things clearly would they become quiet. Wang Yao was not only 30 years old. Most young people at this age were passionate about writing and talking about the world. Back then, Jiazizai had also experienced this age. That was the time when he was the most passionate. He was young, but he acted like an old man. This was not normal. I think this is pretty good. There's no need to let the whole world know how powerful I am. What do you think? Sir, I want to be your disciple, Jiazizai suddenly said seriously. Oh, what do you want to learn from me? Wang Yao asked. He had heard Zhong Luchuan mention it before. Kung Fu, Jiazizai said. Wang Yao laughed and shook his head. Recuperate. Hey, I'm sincere. I swear. Jiazizai saw that Wang Yao didn't believe her and hurriedly pointed at the heavenly Tao. Rumble. Thunder rumbled in the slightly gloomy sky. Look, even God doesn't believe what you say, Zhong Luchuan said with a smile. Jiazizai was really speechless. It couldn't be helped. It was such a coincidence. All right, you've stayed here for a month. You can leave now, Wang Yao said. I'm sincere, sir. Can you think about it again? Wang Yao waved his hand with a smile and left the room with Zhong Luchuan. Sir, I think he really wants to be your disciple, Zhong Luchuan said. I know you well, but what about him? Yes. Thousands of miles away, in a remote mountain village in southern Yunnan, a motorcade had been there for a day. There was no air conditioning in the old bamboo building, only fans. It had just rained, so the weather was hot and humid. Clothes stuck to the body, which was very uncomfortable. How is it going? I'm already in line. There are 4 people in front of me. Can I get in line today? The woman took a deep breath. She didn't want to stay there any longer. It's hard to say, the man said. The king pharmacist's temper is really strange. When they arrived the day before, they had heard that the king pharmacist had not received a single patient because of his bad mood. There was even more strange news. The king pharmacist had once wanted to go to the mountains to dig up a rare medicinal herb because of a sudden whim. As a result, He had been gone for more than a week. As a result, the people who came to see the doctor waited there. One of them had almost died. As for whether the patient would die or get worse, the king pharmacist didn't care at all. Once they entered the bamboo building, the patient's life was basically saved. More than one person had said that. That was why they had come thousands of miles and waited there. Is no one willing to change? No, the woman said. I've asked all I can, the man said. Those who come here have terminal diseases or strange diseases. Ordinary hospitals can't treat them. Quite a number of them are not short of money. Then, let's wait, the woman calmly said. Okay. How is Sheeta? The woman asked. The young master's condition is stable. He has just been given medicine. Well, okay, the woman said. Just like that, they waited. In the end, that day, the king of medicine in the bamboo building received a patient. Why did he see a patient directly? The woman asked. The patient's condition is very special. The king pharmacist's treatment is very taxing. He also said that he won't see any patients tomorrow. He needs to rest. What? He won't see any patients? The woman asked. Madam, let's go to the county. The conditions there are relatively better, the woman said. The nearest county from the mountain village was half an hour away. The key was that the road was very difficult and bumpy. Okay, you guys stay and inform us as soon as you have news, the woman said. Okay, I see, the woman said. Mrs. Lee left the mountain village with the team and went to the county. Tell me, why does the king pharmacist have such a strange temper? The two people who stayed behind chatted. People with abilities usually have a bad temper or are very strange, the other person said. This is understandable. I heard that the king pharmacist can even treat cancer, the woman said. Really? The man asked. Of course it's true, but the price is not cheap, the woman said. Well, as long as it can be treated, we have to treat it. Besides, there are many rich people in the world, right? I just hope that the woman won't be impatient. Well, that's true, the woman said. The two people were worried that the woman would be impatient. After all, the conditions here were incomparable to Beijing. It's a pity that we can't put pressure on the old man with a strange temper through the local department. Pressure? The king pharmacist is very famous in the Miaojiang area. His words may be more effective than other provincial officials. I don't know how many people are waiting for him to speak. In the mountain village of Lianshan, thousands of miles away, an old friend came to Wang Yao's clinic. President Wei, how do you have time to come here? Wang Yao made a cup of tea for Wei Hai with a smile. Ah, you are so free. You are not like us common people, Wei Hai said. What's the matter? President Wei, have you returned to the business world? No, but I am not idle, Wang Yao said. By the way, after the weather is cooler, I am going to decorate the house I bought in the village. I will come and live there when I am free. Okay, welcome, Wang Yao said. In fact, President Wei was purely bored. He had not seen Wang Yao for a long time, so he came to talk to him. While the two of them were chatting, a patient came to see the doctor. It was a woman with a gloomy face. Wang Yao was slightly startled. It can't be such a coincidence, right? He sensed a unique aura from this woman. It was a familiar feeling. Hello, Dr. Wang, the woman said. Hello, how are you feeling? Wang Yao asked. Well, I feel strange. I am absent-minded. I have a fever, so I can't sleep well. I keep hearing some strange sounds, the woman said weakly. Hallucination? Wang Yao asked. Yes, hallucination, the woman said. How long has this situation lasted? Wang Yao asked. About a week, the woman said after thinking for a moment. Have you been to a cemetery or something like that? The woman was stunned. Wei Hai was also stunned. Yes, I have, the woman said. It happened that a relative was buried. After coming back from there, I felt uncomfortable. I had a fever at night. Her family also thought she was possessed. They asked a witch to take a look at her. They also sent immortals, but there was no effect. Then, they went to the hospital, but the hospital could not find anything wrong with her. They just prescribed some cold and fever medicine and said she would be fine after a rest. Chapter 757. She had taken the medicine and rested for a few days, but her body didn't get better. Instead, she became more and more uncomfortable. She couldn't sleep and was prone to hallucinations. She heard that the doctor in the mountain village was very good, so she came to have a try. That's easy, Wang Yao said. He could now judge that the cause of her illness was the unique qi around her body, which was a bit cold. Sit down. I'll give you a massage. In order not to be too shocking, Wang Yao used a massage as an excuse. In fact, he released his mellow neishi and turned it into the strongest yang qi to melt the cold qi. It was like the sun shining on snow. Done. After a while, he felt that the qi was gone. There was no big problem in the woman's body, so he stopped. That's it. The woman was stunned. How do you feel? Well, I do feel a lot better. The woman tried it out. The most obvious change was that her body had become lighter. Her breathing was smoother, and she felt much more energetic. She was no longer as lethargic as she was when she first arrived. No matter what she did not have the energy to lift her spirit. You'll be fine after some rest. Okay, thank you. The woman paid the consultation fee and left. After the woman left, Wei Hai curiously asked, "What kind of illness does she have?" She was scared. Or she was possessed by a ghost. Wang Yao took a sip of tea. What? Wei Hai was stunned. You're a doctor, not a Taoist master. You have to be scientific. What you can't see is not necessarily not true, Wang Yao said. In the past, he didn't believe these things. However, he had seen it with his own eyes more than once. He had also experienced it himself. Naturally, he believed it. Wait, are there really such things as ghosts? Of course, I've seen it with my own eyes and experienced it myself, Wang Yao said. Where is it? Hangzhou. Hangzhou? When did you go there? It seems to be quite close to Dragon Tiger Mountain. It is indeed quite close. In fact, I used to subdue demons with the Taoist master of Dragon Mountain. Really? Why would I lie to you about this? What do those monsters look like? How do I describe it? Wang Yao thought carefully for a while after listening. Actually, what I saw didn't have a physical form, but it was able to exist underground for hundreds of years. Ghosts. Understandable. AI, what a pity. Wei Hai sighed and lit a cigarette. Pity? What's there to pity? It's a pity that I didn't get to see it. How could I miss such a rare opportunity? Remember to tell me the next time you have such an opportunity. I'll go with you. Wang Yao was stunned. That time, at least 4 people died. Someone died? Did you die too? It's someone who died before I went there. Moreover, I'm not a god. I can't guarantee that no one will die where I go. After all, that kind of thing is indeed quite scary. Oh right, how did you destroy it? A celestial master from Mount Longhu was there. A celestial master will practice Taoism? Indeed, and they have a magic tool in their hands. They do have extraordinary magic power. I haven't been to Mount Longhu, Wei Hai said. Hearing you say that, I'll find time to go and see that Taoist holy land. The two chatted. Unknowingly, it was time for lunch. Don't leave. Let's have lunch together. Sure. The location was the same hotel in the village. At this time, there were not many people eating. How's business recently? It's so. On such a hot day, not many people come to eat, the restaurant owner said. On such a hot day, people often liked to stay in air-conditioned rooms. Few people were willing to come out. Someone died at the hot spring in Li family ditch again, the restaurant owner said. Someone died? What's going on? I heard that he was bitten by something and poisoned to death. He was already sick. Bitten? The meal was quickly served. There were a few side dishes and 2 bottles of beer. You're driving and drinking? It doesn't matter. My driver is nearby. He'll come over with a call, Wei Hai said. The 2 of them chatted while eating. After lunch, Wei Hai went to his clinic for a while. He was a little sober. He made a phone call. Not long after, his driver took a taxi to the mountain village and drove him away. Remember to call me the next time something like this happens. Before leaving, he did not forget to remind Wang Yao of this matter. We'll talk about it later. I'll come back when I have time. That's a deal. After Wei Hai left, Wang Yao saw that there were no patients in the clinic. He closed the door and went up Nanshan Hill. San Xian heard the sound and came to him. Help me see if there is such a snake on the mountain. It's similar. Wang Yao took out a section of the snake and shook it in front of the dog. The dog looked carefully, then turned and left. Is there really such a snake? The dog took him to the south side of Nanshan Hill. There were lush trees and overgrown weeds. This time, the mountain was very steep. The dog stopped under a stone halfway up the mountain. The dog pointed its paw at the bottom of the stone. Wang Yao looked down and saw a hole under the stone. Is it inside? Woof! The dog barked. Wang Yao stretched out his hand. The hole was dug. Not long after, a white snake appeared in the hole. It was as thick as a thumb. The length of the snake could not be determined. Wang Yao grasped the air. The snake was sucked in through the air. He gently pinched its 7 inches. It really looks like it. He carefully observed the snake in his palm. It was a non-poisonous snake, but its appearance was very similar to the poisonous snake. It should be some special reason that caused it to mutate here. I just don't know if there are many snakes like this. Sorry to disturb your rest. Wang Yao smiled and sent the snake back. Let's go. The man and the dog went up the mountain again. The snake quickly slithered away. 1 day passed. Thousands of miles away in southern Yunnan. Madam, it should be child's turn to see a doctor today. Okay, let's go right away. 3 cars, one of which was an RV, left the county. They bumped all the way to the mountain village. After waiting for nearly an hour, it was finally their turn. Several people carried Ho Shida into the bamboo building. Wait a moment, a man in his 30s said in the room. Master is on the phone. They waited there. It was cool in the bamboo building. After waiting for about half an hour, a man in his 50s came out of the inner room. What's wrong with him? He has a stomachache and a headache. The pain is so bad that even the painkillers don't work. It was not Mrs. Li who spoke, but the accompanying doctor. Bring him here. A few people carried Ho Shida in front of the King of Medicine, who didn't look amazing. This King of Medicine only stretched out his hand to test it, then sighed lightly. What's wrong? Mrs. Li hurriedly asked. Ha, the King of Medicine laughed. I can cure this disease. I'll have to trouble you then. 100,000. No problem, the woman said. Also, answer me a question, the king pharmacist said. Who hurt him? Hurt him? Do you think he was hurt by someone? This is Naishi entering his body and messing up his meridians, the king pharmacist said. That's why he has such a reaction. The King of Medicine said, forget it, it's pointless to ask. Since he has such means, he naturally won't let you people know. The king pharmacist left and took out a bottle of medicine. He first fed it to Ho Shida and then inserted a needle into his abdomen. Chapter 758. Suddenly, Ho Shida let out a loud cry. His body suddenly tensed up like a drawn bow. Seeing this, Mrs. Li immediately became nervous. The king pharmacist quickly patted several parts of Ho Shida's body. It sounded like he had used a lot of strength. In an instant, Ho Shida returned to calmness and fell into a state of coma. That's strange, the king pharmacist whispered in a dialect that ordinary people could not understand. Ah Cheng, give him 2 qi-changing pills, he said to his apprentice beside him. Yes, master. The man in his 30s quickly took 2 pills, which were slightly bigger than peanuts, and gave them to Ho Shida. After waiting for a while, the king pharmacist took his pulse. What an overbearing qi, he exclaimed. Even with his methods, it was still so difficult to dissolve. To be able to cultivate such qi, what kind of person was he? He suddenly looked up and said, More money, $200,000. No problem, Mrs. Li said without hesitation. Several pills, acupuncture, and continuous patting with a special technique. Ho Shida's body trembled. He shouted from time to time. After a while, the king pharmacist said, Well, come back in 3 days. Okay, thank you. After paying, they carried the unconscious Ho Shida and prepared to leave. Think again about who made him like this, the king pharmacist said. Tell me next time you come. Okay. This sentence was deeply engraved in Mrs. Li's heart. After they went out, they directly left the mountain village in a car. At the same time, 2 people stayed behind to continue waiting. Although the king of medicine told them to come back after 3 days, if he was in a bad mood after 3 days, wouldn't they have to continue waiting? After arriving at the hotel in the county, the health care doctor immediately performed a comprehensive examination of Ho Shida's body. How is it? Mrs. Li asked. Well, the young master's physical condition is much better than when he first arrived, the doctor said. That's good. Continue to observe, Mrs. Li said. Take care of him for 3 days. Got it, ma'am. The woman went into the bedroom and made a phone call. Investigate. Within 3 days, I want to find out what the so-called qi is and who hurt Shida. I'll do my best, madam, the man on the other end of the phone said. After hanging up, the man on the other end of the phone sighed. What happened? Madam wants us to find out who is the one who slept with third young master. She also wants us to find out who knows qi. Qigong? Probably within 3 days. How is that possible? It's not that we didn't investigate, but we didn't get any results at all. This is Dao, the territory of the Sun family. If they want to hide something, it's impossible for us outsiders to know about it. Even if you don't know, you have to think of a way. It's not like you don't know that person's temper. Then why don't we take the same path and ask them? Ask again. If it doesn't work, I'll pay more. All right, I'll ask again. In the summer, events seemed to pass very slowly. After the beginning of autumn, the weather was still a little hot, but at night it was cooler, especially after a rain. In a hotel in Lianshan County, a middle-aged man was drinking tea. He sat by the window and drank tea while looking out at the night sky of the small town. In 3 days, he had finished drinking a dose of medicine. Today was the 3rd day. He could clearly feel that his body was getting better. In fact, his stomach no longer hurt. The feeling of nausea and bloating had disappeared. He now had a good appetite. When he had dinner in the evening, he specially ordered a few more dishes. He ate very happily. The medicine really worked. The doctor was really capable. Now, he was looking forward to tomorrow. The night passed. The next day, he arrived outside Wang Yao's clinic early. It was still early at this time. Wang Yao's clinic had not yet opened. He waited outside for a long time before he saw a person coming from the mountain road. It was the young doctor. Hey, you're here so early? Oh, hello, Dr. Wang, Wang Yao said. Looking at your complexion, the effect is good, Wang Yao said. Oh, I also think it's very good, Wang Yao said. All right, come in. After opening the door of the clinic, the 2 of them went into the inner room. Come, let me take a look at you. Wang Yao made sure that the poisonous insects in the man's body had been completely removed. There's no problem, Wang Yao said. The poisonous insects in your body have all been removed. I'll give you another dose of medicine to nourish your body. Oh, okay, okay. The man hurriedly nodded in response. Wang Yao gave him a prescription for primordial spirit soup. He had the medicine ready. In the future, he would not need to come to the clinic. He could get the medicine from an ordinary Chinese medicine shop. Here's the medicine, the prescription, and the things to pay attention to. You don't need to get the medicine here. You can go to other places. Oh, thank you, the man said. All right, go back and take the medicine on time. The man responded and thanked him profusely before leaving. All right, this patient has been treated, Wang Yao said. We can go to Jing now. In the morning, Wang Yao posted a message on Weibo. During lunch, he told his parents. In the afternoon, he explained to Zhong Luchuan. He then went to see Jia Zizai. Master. He did not expect her to call him that after seeing Wang Yao. I don't plan to accept any disciples, Wang Yao said. How do you feel? Well, much better, Jia Zizai said. The weakness in her body had disappeared, and her spirit had returned. That's good, Wang Yao said. I haven't been in the village for a few days. I'm a little worried about you. Wang Yao pressed the void. Here it comes again. The feeling of weakness came again. When I come back, you can leave. I really want to be your disciple and learn from you, Jia Zizai said. I really don't want to teach you, Wang Yao said with a smile. I'm going to Jingqing, Wang Yao said to Zhong Luchuan. Please take care of the things in the village during this time. I know, Zhong Luchuan said. That afternoon, Wang Yao left the mountain village and went to Dao to take a plane to Jing. He arrived in Jing at night and found a place to stay. At night, the sky in Jing was gloomy. It should rain tomorrow, Wang Yao said. Early the next morning, it started to rain. Wang Yao called Su Xiaoxue and went to Yanjing University alone. It was the holy land of study that countless students in China dreamed of. Sir. Su Xiaoxue almost trotted to Wang Yao. She was as happy as a cheerful lark. Who is that person? My goddess. Su Xiaoxue was the dream goddess of many male students at Yanjing University. At that time, Wang Yao's appearance was undoubtedly the focus of many male students' hot eyes. If looks could kill, Wang Yao would have died many times. These people's eyes are very special, Wang Yao said. Chapter 759. You'll get used to it after coming here a few more times. Don't worry about them, Su Xiaoxue said with a smile. She held Wang Yao's arm and looked very intimate. Suddenly, the lethality of his gaze doubled. Damn, I can't stand it anymore. Don't pull me. I'm going to hit him with a brick, Su Xiaoxue said. Do you want to walk around here? Forget it. These people look like they want to eat me alive. Let's go somewhere else, Su Xiaoxue said. Okay, Su Xiaoxue said. Jing was very big and had many fun places. It was already the beginning of autumn. It was almost summer. It had rained several times in a row in Jing, so the weather was much cooler. A few drops of rain fell from time to time. It was a little cold when it fell on the body. Wang Yao held up an oil paper umbrella to block the rain for Su Xiaoxue. At this time, there were too many people in this place. It was not suitable to be too shocking. Miss Sir, they heard a voice and then a car came up to them. Auntie Lien. Where are you going? Let me give you a ride, Su Xiaoxue said. No, we'll just walk around. You can go about your business, Su Xiaoxue said. There was one more person in their world. Although she did not talk much and only provided service, she always felt that it was not the case. Okay, call me if you need anything, Su Xiaoxue said. Okay, tell my mother that we won't go back for lunch, Su Xiaoxue said. Got it. Chu Lianfu drove away again. Where are we going, sir? You have the final say, Su Xiaoxue said. Okay, let's go to Beihai. I like it there, Su Xiaoxue said. Okay, Su Xiaoxue said. The two of them went to Beihai Park and had a meal nearby. In the afternoon, Su Xiaoxue still had classes. Wang Yao did not go anywhere else. He followed her and listened to the courses at the famous university. In the public class, Wang Yao listened very carefully. He even listened more carefully than most of the students. After class, Su Xiaoxue said with a smile, "You were very serious just now, sir. I suddenly feel that this kind of opportunity is really rare, and the teacher's lecture is very interesting," Wang Yao said with a smile. "Come to my house for dinner tonight," Su Xiaoxue said. "My father is also free and wants to meet you." "Sure," Wang Yao said with a smile. This time, Wang Yao did bring some things with him. It was a small jar of tea leaves from Nanshan Hill, and a bottle of wine made from wild grapes on Nanshan Hill. It was Wang Yao's first attempt at making wine, and it was very effective. Even his father was full of praise for it. "Shouldn't we buy some gifts?" Wang Yao said. The tea leaves and wine didn't seem so formal after all. "No need. It's good enough that you can go. My brother will be back tonight." "Really?" "Yes, he's an alcoholic." Su Xiaoxue's brother, Wang Yao, had seen him a few times. He was vigorous and decisive, a typical army style. "That's because you don't know." "Well, let's buy something." Lead the way to the nearest shopping mall. "There's really no need." "Listen to me." "All right, I'll do as you say." The two of them strolled slowly, arm in arm. Thousands of miles away in Lianshan County, in a hotel, a man felt very comfortable after drinking the primordial spirit soup. This D***MN illness is finally cured. Call home to let them know I'm safe. He picked up the phone and called his wife at home. "Hello, wife, have you eaten?" "Yes, how's the treatment?" "It's very good. This doctor is very capable. The medicine cured the illness." "Where's Xiaoling?" "She's in the house. She has a stomachache. She's had diarrhea for a few days." "What?" The man was stunned. There are some worms in the feces." With a clatter, the man's phone fell to the ground. His face was frighteningly pale. "Hey, why aren't you talking?" "No, nothing, I'll go back right away." "Don't worry, I've taken her to see a doctor and prescribed her some medicine to get rid of the worms. She should be fine," the woman on the other end of the phone said. "You can rest assured over there." "No, I have to go back." "I'll go back right away." After hanging up the phone, the man anxiously booked tickets online. He wanted to rush back as soon as possible. His daughter was also infected with this terrible bug. Then, his wife was also infected. They must be fine. They must be fine. He wanted to go back and bring them to the doctor to have a look. Those D***MN people. He was now angry and panicked. "If it doesn't work, I won't live there anymore. I'll just leave." The nearest plane would take off in 3 hours. The destination was Dao. He chose to check out immediately. He went out and hired a taxi at a high price. He rushed to Dao at night. "Hey, big brother, what's the hurry?" The people in Lianshan County were quite simple, so the taxi driver asked one more question. "My daughter is sick. I have to catch a plane back." The man's accent was not local. "Oh, you have to hurry back," the taxi driver said. "I also have a daughter. She's over 6 years old. She just started primary school." At this time, there were very few cars on the road after leaving the city. It was obviously not the first time the taxi driver had driven a long distance at night. He drove very fast, but he also knew when to slow down. In less than 2 hours, they arrived at the airport in Dao. "Thank you." The man paid the taxi driver the rest of the money very quickly. "You're welcome," the taxi driver said. "Come to Lianshan often." "I'll be back soon," the man said. "Oh, you can call my taxi." The taxi driver left his contact information. The man picked up the small piece of paper and hurried to the departure hall. The plane took off at night. In the early morning, he had already rushed back to his home. At this time, it was only dawn. His wife and daughter were still asleep. What's wrong, Xiaoling?" "Mom, my stomach hurts. I want to go to the toilet." "Go quickly." Come back and sleep for a while after you're done. Okay. The girl went to the toilet. Then, she had diarrhea. Her stomach was very painful. She covered her stomach and squatted on the toilet. She was sweating. Click. The door of the room was opened. The woman hurried out of the bedroom. She was surprised to see her husband come back. They had just talked on the phone last night. Why did he come back this morning? Why are you back so soon? Where's Xiaoling? She's in the toilet. Her stomach hurts. The couple was talking when they saw their daughter come out of the toilet. She was still covering her stomach. Dad, why are you back so soon? The little girl was also surprised to see her father. Your stomach hurts? Does it hurt badly? Well, it's okay, the girl said. Sleep on the bed for a while. Okay. The girl went back to her room to rest. Pack up. I'll take you to Qi province, the man said to his wife. Why are we going to Qi province? To treat Xiaoling, the man said. I suspect that she has the same disease as me. Okay, I'll go prepare right away. The woman quickly packed up. Her daughter just happened to be on summer vacation. Mom, where are we going? To Qi province, the man said. The man said. He felt sorry for his wife and daughter. It was not easy to earn money, but they did not live a happy life for a few days. They were always in fear with him. Well, there's Mount Tai there, the woman said. Dad will take you to see it, the man said. Well, some of my classmates have been there. They say Mount Tai is especially majestic, the woman said. Mount Tai was the king of the 5 mountains. It was majestic. Is Xiaoling okay? The wife was still worried about her child. It's okay, the man said. My illness is worse. That doctor was able to cure it. She will be fine. That's good, the woman said. The family of 3 took a plane to Dao. In Jing, in the small courtyard of the Su family. Mom, you said my brother-in-law is coming? Su Zhixing seemed very happy to hear that Wang Yao was coming. Who's your brother-in-law? Song Ruiping asked. Why are you so excited? You can't wait for your sister to get married, right? I didn't mean that, Su Zhixing said. Haha, I just think that Wang Yao and I hit it off. Hit it off? You've met him less than 5 times, Song Ruiping said. How could you hit it off? Well, you wouldn't understand even if I told you, Su Zhixing said. Wang Yao brought several gifts to Su Xiaoshua's house. Chapter 760. You don't have to bring anything, Su Zhixing, who came out to pick him up, said with a smile. Please come in. Auntie. Come, sit down, Song Ruiping said with a smile. After sitting down in the living room, the family chatted for a while. Song Ruiping asked about the health of Wang Yao's parents and didn't say much. Su Zhixing, on the other hand, was quite talkative and asked a lot of questions. After waiting for a while, Su Xianghua came back. Uncle. Hey, when did you arrive? Last night. Well, stay a few more days this time. Okay. Everyone was present. The family banquet began. During the meal, Su Xiaoshue was smiling all the time. She enjoyed this kind of family reunion very much, especially when her beloved one was there. Silly girl. Looking at her daughter's appearance, Song Ruiping secretly sighed. Eat more. Okay. After the meal, Wang Yao didn't stay for too long. He then left. Don't go anywhere else. Just go to that small courtyard. No, the hotel rooms haven't been checked out yet. It's fine staying there, Wang Yao said. I'll see you off. Su Zhixing took the initiative to send Wang Yao off. Okay, Song Ruiping said. After saying goodbye to the Su family, Su Zhixing drove Wang Yao to the place where he lived. Brother-in-law, how long are you going to stay in Jing this time? Without his parents around, the eldest son of the Su family spoke more casually. He was very kind to Wang Yao. It seemed that he regarded him as a family member. About a week. And then? Su Zhixing asked. I'll go back to the mountain village to see patients. It's too monotonous. Do you want to live a richer life? What do you want to say? Wang Yao turned to look at Su Zhixing. My place is not right. It lacks an instructor. Sorry, I'm not interested, Wang Yao said with a smile. He had heard the other party mention this matter the last time they met. Although it was very likely that the other party was his brother-in-law, he would not agree to this matter. It's just some guidance. You don't have to stay there all day, and you'll have an additional identity. Why not? I'm not capable enough to teach you. Wang Yao turned his head and looked out of the car. At this time, the roads of the capital were filled with traffic. The lights of the buildings on both sides of the road flickered. The capital was beginning to enter its most prosperous period. Brother-in-law, you are too modest, Su Zhixing said. He had called Wang Yao brother-in-law so smoothly. Remember the people I brought last time? I have some impression of him. The champion of the individual martial arts competition in our army is best at close combat. But in your hands, he didn't even make 2 waves. When we went back, he said that there aren't many martial arts masters in the country like you. I'm very curious. How did you practice to this level? Attention, there's a red light ahead. With a screech, the car came to a steady stop. Well, practice diligently and add a little bit of comprehension. And then? Su Zhixing asked. No? How is that possible? Do you think I'm a 3-year-old child? Su Zhixing asked. I'm telling the truth, Su Zhixing said. Believe it or not. Turn right ahead. The car turned right. We're here. After getting out of the car, Su Zhixing looked up at the famous international chain hotel. You like to stay in a place like this? It's famous and easy to book tickets, so I chose this place. Ah, brother-in-law, you are also a rich man. Su Zhixing sighed. Let's go up and have a seat. Sure, it's still early anyway, Su Zhixing said with a smile. The 2 of them entered the elevator together. There were a total of 7 people in the elevator, all men. Wang Yao turned his head to look at the white man next to him. The white man was very tall, more than 9 meters, and his body was very burly. Next to him was a relatively lean man, but more capable and experienced. These 2 people were like Arnold Schwarzenegger and Jason Statham. They had a special smell that Wang Yao didn't like. Coincidentally, they went up to the same floor. The 2 men entered the same room, which was a few numbers away from Wang Yao's room. What's wrong? Su Zhixing asked. There's something wrong with those 2 men, Wang Yao said. What's the problem? Su Zhixing asked. They killed someone just now, Wang Yao said. What? That can't be, right? Su Zhixing asked. This was Jing, the most strict place in the country. The 2 of them should still have guns on them, Wang Yao said. Really? Su Zhixing was doubtful. You don't believe me? Call the police and ask them to come and check on them, Wang Yao said. That's not good, Wang Yao said. They're foreign friends. Can foreign friends do whatever they want here? Wang Yao turned to look at Su Zhixing. This is our territory, not their colony. Okay, I'll believe you this time, Su Zhixing said. I'll make a call. Su Zhixing had his own friends in Jing. Because of their family relationship, the police soon arrived at the hotel. Wait a minute, let's watch the show, Su Zhixing said. The 2 men waited in the corridor. Hey, will it be dangerous? Are you a brave and fearless soldier? Wow, I'm not a fool, Su Zhixing said. What if there's a gunfight? No, it won't, Su Zhixing said. The plainclothes policeman called the waitress and asked her to help open the door. The door opened. The strong man was shirtless, revealing his tattoo of a lion. Well, that big cat is not bad, Su Zhixing said. Police, routine inspection, Su Zhixing said. What? The policeman went in to check and came out. After a while, Su Zhixing received a phone call. You miscalculated this time, Su Zhixing said. There's nothing inside. That's impossible, Wang Yao said. Hey, believe it or not, Su Zhixing said. Well, I'll go take a look, Wang Yao said. Hey, what are you doing? How are you going to get there? Su Zhixing asked. If I do something wrong, can you cover for me? Su Zhixing asked. Don't make trouble, Su Zhixing said. This is Jing. Don't worry. Wang Yao smiled and waved his hand. He reached out and touched his face. Can you see who I am? Su Zhixing was stunned. He was so close, but he couldn't see Wang Yao's face clearly. It was as if there was a layer of mist covering his face. What kind of method is this? Su Zhixing asked. Face changing, Su Zhixing said. Don't be ridiculous, Su Zhixing said. Do you think I haven't seen face changing? He has a mask outside. Let me tell you, there are cameras everywhere in this hotel. That's a problem, Wang Yao said. I can go around from the outside. Don't make trouble, Su Zhixing said. This is the 27th floor. Looking down from above, Su Zhixing looked like an ant. If he fell from this place, he would be smashed into meat paste. Forget it, Su Zhixing said. Well, that's right, Su Zhixing said. You came to Jing to accompany my sister, not to do such chivalrous things. The two of them chatted for a while before Su Zhixing left the hotel. Before leaving, he repeatedly told Wang Yao not to be impulsive, to be rational, and to restrain himself. In the Su family's house, Su Xianghua ordered some red wine from Wang Yao. Well, good wine, he said to his wife sitting across from him. You should try it. Well, don't be so happy, Song Ruiping said with a smile. This wine is not ordinary, Su Zhixing said. It's not inferior to those famous foreign wines. It's amazing that a doctor like him can make such good wine. Can you see that Xiaoxue likes him very much? Su Zhixing asked. Well, girls at this age are normal, Su Zhixing said. What's normal? I'm afraid she'll be at a disadvantage, Song Ruiping said. What disadvantage? Wang Yao is an honest person, Su Zhixing said. Don't worry, Xiaoxue will never be at a disadvantage if she follows him. You. Su Zhixing said. Come on, I'll pour you a glass, Su Zhixing said. Try it. This wine is really good. Nothing happened that night. The next morning, Wang Yao got up early. The guests who stayed there provided free breakfast. He went out to eat breakfast and happened to meet the strong man he had met the night before. What a coincidence, Wang Yao said with a smile. The man did not have a gun on him, but he had a dagger. Aya, with such a lineup, is the security here very bad? He thought to himself. In summer, people did not wear many clothes. The man was very careful to hide his things. Just like the night before, it was impossible to see them without looking carefully. The man went to the restaurant for breakfast. As expected of a big hotel, the breakfast was quite rich. The more Wang Yao looked at the man, the more he felt there was something wrong with him. Well, there's a way. The foreigner who was eating suddenly fell to the ground. His body began to twitch uncontrollably. What's going on? The people in the restaurant were stunned. Call a doctor. Soon, an ambulance came and took the sick foreigner away. Chapter 761. During the examination at the hospital, the doctor found that there were knives tied to the man's legs. There were not only one, but two. One was tied to each of his left and right legs. They hurriedly called the police. The friend, who had just woken up, was taken away by the police. The public security situation in Jing was so good. Why did a foreign friend come with knives? The key was that he had two knives. After relevant tests, one of them had traces of human blood on it. This was a big problem. Soon, his companion was also detained. A comprehensive search of the room where they lived was carried out. This time, police dogs and some high-tech equipment were used. As a result, drugs, firearms, and other serious contraband were found. These were even bigger problems. These two items were strictly controlled in China. They were absolutely contraband. These two fellows were also dumbfounded. Originally, everything was going very smoothly and covertly. How did they suddenly get exposed? They were very confused. In the morning, Wang Yao and Su Xiaoxue had made an appointment to go to class together. However, Su Xiaoxue was followed by a big light bulb. It was her brother. "Brother-in-law, have you eaten?" Su Zhixing asked with a smile as soon as they met. "Ah, I have." Wang Yao looked at Su Xiaoxue, who was blushing, with a questioning look. "What's the matter with your brother? Is he also attending class?" "Brother-in-law, come, let's talk about something," Su Zhixing said as he pulled Wang Yao aside. "What is it?" "I just received a call from a friend of mine. The two foreigners who lived in the same hotel as you were yesterday were arrested. They were the two people we saw last night." "Well, it's good that they were arrested," Wang Yao said with a smile. "There were guns in their room, and there were drugs," Su Zhixing said. "Drugs? I didn't think of that," Wang Yao said. "How did you notice that something was wrong with them?" "I smelled a strong smell of blood on them, and there was something wrong with their breath," Wang Yao said. "You can even smell that? Why didn't I have such a feeling at that time?" "The aura is very faint. You won't be able to sense it," Wang Yao said. In fact, Su Zhixing also had a special aura. Wang Yao felt that this future brother-in-law might have been on the battlefield and killed people. "What are you guys talking about? Why are you being so mysterious?" Su Xiaoxue asked. Nothing. Where are you going?" "Going to class." "Ah, class?" Su Zhixing was surprised. "Yeah, what's wrong?" "Ah, that's great. It's good to have a class. I'll go and listen too. I'm free today." "You're really going?" "Of course, there are still many things that I don't quite understand and would like to ask for advice." "Brother." All right, let's go. If we stay any longer, we'll be late for school. I'll drive you." Just like that, a third wheel appeared in the originally perfect couple's world. In Lianshan County, outside Wang Yao's clinic. "What's going on?" The man who had brought his daughter to seek medical treatment was stunned. After inquiring carefully, he found that the doctor had a Weibo account, but the Weibo said that he had gone out. The clinic was closed and did not say how long it would take. This made him very anxious. His daughter was sick. How could he not be anxious? It was useless to be anxious. He could only force himself to calm down. "Forget it, let's find a place to stay in the county first," he said with a sigh. "Okay, it's fine. Just wait a few days," his wife comforted him. He was fine, but he was afraid that something would happen to his daughter. He went to the hotel where he had stayed last time. Wait a minute. He hurriedly opened his backpack. Sure enough, the medicine bottle was still there. He gently opened the stopper. There was still a little medicine in it. He had not finished it last time. It should be fine after drinking it, right? He diluted the medicine with warm water and let his daughter drink it. "How do you feel, Xiaoling?" "Well, it's a little bitter." "Bitter medicine? Do you feel anything else?" "Not for the time being." "Then wait a little longer. It's a little cooler in the afternoon. I'll take you out for a walk. This place is quite close to the sea." Okay, I want to see the sea," the girl said happily. They lived inland. It was a few hours' drive from the nearest sea. Her father had been busy with business matters, so he had only taken her to see the sea once. Since then, she had liked the sea very much and looked forward to seeing it again. "Rest for a while, then we'll go down to eat. The food in this hotel is good." They were Southerners, so it was a little refreshing to eat northern food. While they were eating in the restaurant, the girl suddenly said that she had a stomachache and went to the bathroom. Her father followed her out. After a while, the girl came out of the bathroom. "What's wrong?" "Diarrhea, and there are a lot of worms," the girl said. She was a little scared. "Don't worry, those are roundworms. It'll be fine after you poop them out. Let's go and eat." Okay. The girl was very obedient and sensible. In the afternoon, the man took the family to hike. It was already summer, so it was a good time to take a bath. The family had a lot of fun, especially the girl. She was very happy. Shall we stay here tonight? The man looked at the sky and asked. Over there? It's okay, the man said with a smile. Xiaoling is happy. We'll play here for another day tomorrow. Okay, I'll listen to you. The whole family stayed in a high-end hotel by the seaside of Hike City and had a seafood feast. The little girl was very happy from the beginning to the end. She was very happy. This is the life a family should live, the man said. In the past, he was always busy making money. He felt that only with money could he obtain happiness. After this incident, his thoughts had completely changed. Money was important, but the purpose of making money was to have a better life. The old saying was very reasonable. Looking at the happy and satisfied smiles of his wife and child, he felt that his life was too unreal. What career? What wealth? He was blinded by the so-called extravagance, making him unable to see what true happiness was. Are you happy today, Xiaoling? Yes, I'm very happy, the little girl happily said. Originally, this was the summer vacation. Children hoped that their parents could take them out to play instead of signing up for those so-called training classes all day long. She was a very sensible child. She knew that her father was not in good health, so she never mentioned this matter to her parents. In fact, she really wanted to go out to play, especially to see the sea. She did not expect that this wish would really come true. It was very sudden and very happy. That's good, the man said. Dad will often accompany you out to play in the future. Okay. The man decided that when he went back, he would sell the mountain. He would no longer worry about it or be frightened by it. He would even be willing to pay for it. He would take time to spend more time with his wife and daughter. Thousands of miles away, in a public class at Yenjing University, Wang Yao, Su Xiaoxue, and Su Zhixing sat together to listen to the class. What is this professor talking about? Su Zhixing was bored, but his sister and Wang Yao next to him listened very carefully. Finally, the class was over. Phew, it's finally over. Su Zhixing breathed a sigh of relief. I told you this class was not suitable for you, but you didn't listen, Su Xiaoxue said with a smile. Next was a professional class. It was a small class. It was not suitable for Wang Yao to continue listening. Let's go, brother-in-law, Su Zhixing said. I'm hungry too. Let's eat something. Eat now? It's not even 10 o'clock yet. Yes, it's my treat, Su Zhixing said. Let's go. The food in the Yenjing University cafeteria was not bad. There were also some stir-fried dishes, but there were not many people eating at this time. Fortunately, the cafeteria staff also entertained them. There were a few dishes. You're still drinking while driving, Su Zhixing said. I forgot. Forget it. Su Zhixing returned the wine. Yes, I'm starving. I didn't eat when I got up this morning, Su Zhixing said. Well, it tastes good. Your army is quite relaxed, Wang Yao said as he ate a mouthful of food. How can it be relaxed? It's not easy, Su Zhixing said. The training is tiring. The nature of my army is quite special. They are always in a state of readiness for war. The intensity of the training is much stronger than that of ordinary troop. Yet, you can still come out so easily and more than once, right? I came to Jing on a mission, Su Zhixing said. I had just finished it before seeing you, so I came to visit my family. Chapter 762. When are you going back? Wang Yao asked. What do you mean? Su Zhixing was stunned. Am I that annoying? I think there should be a lot of things to do in the army, Wang Yao said. You just said that the training task is quite heavy. You are also a leader, so you should go back early. TSK, you don't want me to be a third wheel. Don't worry, I will go back to the army tomorrow, Su Zhixing said with a smile. Where is your army stationed? Wang Yao asked. Well, I won't tell you. It's a secret, But if you are going to be our instructor, it will be a different story, Su Zhixing said. Su Zhixing smiled. He had always wanted to kidnap Wang Yao to go to their army and teach the soldiers fighting skills there. I said I won't go, Wang Yao said with a smile. You can give up. After the meal, the two of them chatted for a while. Su Zhixing left first. Wang Yao waited for a while. Su Xiaoshua's class was over. There were 2 classes in the morning, 1 public class and 1 professional class. There were 2 professional classes in the afternoon. You don't have to accompany me here, Su Xiaoshua said. Why don't you go around Jing? She was studying hard. She wanted to finish her college life as soon as possible so that she could accompany Wang Yao better. Okay, I'll go around, Wang Yao said. In the afternoon, while Su Xiaoshua was in class, Wang Yao went to see Chen Ying. The siblings were very surprised by his arrival. Chen Zhou had recovered from his illness and was now in school. He was living a normal life. Okay, I won't bother you anymore. I'll go out for a walk. Sir, I'll go with you, Chen Ying said. No, you do your work, Wang Yao said. I'll be fine by myself. Walking alone in the bustling Jing, Wang Yao did not have a good impression of the modern buildings. They were purely made of reinforced concrete. He preferred to see the ancient buildings, which had the accumulation of history and the wonderful ideas of ancient craftsmen. There were many such ancient buildings in Jing. Oh, right. A place appeared in his mind. Then, he went there. The old summer palace was once a royal garden, the garden of 10,000 gardens. After entering, Wang Yao could see many dilapidated walls, telling of the tragic past. This place had flourished several times in the past, but in the end it was burned to ashes by a great fire, just like that dynasty. Be gentle. Don't worry. There's no one here. Lower your voice. The voices of a young man and woman came from the grass in the distance. Ah, another pair of wild mandarin ducks. Wang Yao shook his head with a smile. He then turned around and left for another place. Most of the antiques here were incomplete. In fact, most people would not like to come here. Looking at them would only make them feel sad. The aura of this place? After arriving at a certain place, Wang Yao stopped. He could vaguely see that there was once a pond here. Not far away there were some broken walls. Wang Yao felt that the qi here was different from that of other places. It was more intense. The problem is in the water. He looked down at the small pond. It did not look deep. The bottom of the pond was full of water plants. He could not see anything special. It's a bit interesting, Wang Yao said after walking around the pond. There should be something in the water. Forget it. He dismissed the idea of going down to have a look. He turned to walk around other places. The old site of the old summer palace was not open to the public. It was only a part of it. However, this part was very big. It was enough for one person to walk around. Of course, the premise was that one wanted to walk around and see, such as Wang Yao. He walked around. Before he knew it, it was already past 5 in the afternoon. Su Xiaoshua sent him a text message. Her class was soon over. Wang Yao turned around and walked in the direction of Yanjing University. He happened to meet a man and a woman on the way out. Hey, it's so long. After meeting up with Su Xiaoshua, they first went to Wang Yao's second aunt's house. Every time Wang Yao came to Beijing, he would visit this elder who had loved him very much since he was a child. Why don't you stay for dinner tonight? It's okay, Auntie. We've already made a reservation. Wang Yao smiled. The two of them had already discussed it. They would have a candlelight dinner together that night. How about tomorrow? It's really not necessary. I just came to see you. Does my uncle have to come back so late? His company has been very busy recently. How about my sister? How's her studies? Not bad. After staying at his second aunt's house for a while, the two of them left. They found a restaurant and ordered a few dishes. The two of them chatted while eating. Soon, it was very dark outside. After dinner, the two of them walked hand in hand. It was past 9 o'clock when Wang Yao sent Su Xiaoxue back. Rest early. Yes, sir, you too. When Su Xiaoxue returned home, she found that her brother had already left. Where's my brother? He has a mission in the army. He rushed back, Song Ruiping said. Are you happy today? Very happy. It was a peaceful night. In the early morning there was some autumn coolness. In the mountain village, a man came to the clinic early. Zhong Luchuan got up in the morning to exercise. When he saw the man, he ran over. Sir is not here, Zhong Luchuan said. Can you come back another day? Yesterday, he saw this person waiting outside the clinic early in the morning. He had already told him once, but the other party didn't listen. Today, he actually came again. Well, when will he come back? Zhong Luchuan asked. I don't know, Zhong Luchuan said. If it's short, it'll be 3 to 5 days. If it's long, it'll probably be about a week. TSK. The man sighed and helplessly turned to leave. He was very anxious. He was worried that his daughter's condition would worsen. Zhong Luchuan ran to the top of Dongshan Mountain and came to a place near Nanshan Hill. He sat cross-legged and began to practice the method of breathing. He had passed by the place for morning exercise a few days ago, mainly to see Nanshan Hill. He was afraid that some people would go to Nanshan Hill while his master was away. As a result, he found that the air there was very good. He inadvertently practiced the method of breathing there, and it was actually twice the result with half the effort. This surprised him very much. Therefore, he came there every morning and evening to practice. It was very effective. After practice, he went down the mountain and made breakfast. After eating, he took it to Jia Zizai next door. Hey, you are finally here, Zhong Luchuan said. I'm starving. What is it this morning? Zhong Luchuan did not speak. He put down the lunchbox and opened it. No way, noodles again, Zhong Luchuan said. I say, can't you make something else, such as wonton bean curd or something like that? If you don't know how to make them, you can buy them. While talking, he ate noodles in big mouthfuls. Is Master back? Master won't accept you as an apprentice, Zhong Luchuan said. Where there is sincerity, there is nothing. I want to use my sincerity to move him, Jia Zizai said while eating noodles. I really didn't expect you to be so shameless, Zhong Luchuan said. Hey, what you said is a bit too much, Jia Zizai said after eating noodles. What do you mean by shameless? This is called persistence. Hey, tell me why the company is in such a hurry to get rid of you, Zhong Luchuan said. Maybe I can help you. I saw what I should see, Zhong Luchuan said. What's the matter? Jia Zizai asked. Boss and second brother came out of the closet? No, Zhong Luchuan said. Then, what is it? Boss is with a Japanese man, Zhong Luchuan said. What? Jia Zizai frowned slightly after hearing that. A Japanese man? Are you sure? Of course, this person is not an ordinary person, Zhong Luchuan said. Musashi Kojiro? Hey, how did you guess? Zhong Luchuan was a little surprised. Is it true? Of course it's true, Zhong Luchuan said. I still have photos of them secretly meeting. Jia Zizai was silent. Since you know about this matter, he should have done something to you immediately, Zhong Luchuan said. It's impossible for him to let you wait for so long. At the beginning, he probably didn't know that person was me, Zhong Luchuan said. He only found out recently, so you came. That's bad, Jia Zizai said. I guess he will send more people over. After losing so many good people in succession, do you think he won't think about it and then send people to die without thinking? Zhong Luchuan asked. Chapter 763. They will send someone over sooner or later, Jia Zizai said. Anshin may be in danger. Don't call her so affectionately, Zhong Luchuan said. She is my sister. She will not be in danger for the time being. Are you sure? Sir gave her something to defend herself, Jia Zizai said. Something to defend herself? Don't tell me it's the cartilage incense? Jia Zizai was surprised. Yes, it's those things, Zhong Luchuan said. I heard that the effect is very good, and it can be triggered unexpectedly. Yes, the effect of those things is very good, but she is still a child, Jia Zizai said. Of course I know that, Zhong Luchuan said. In fact, I originally wanted her to study in a village primary school, which is close to here. I can pick her up every day. How about this? You give me what you have, and we can work together to kill him. Jia Zizai said. Who is the chairman? Of course, Jia Zizai said. One of the rules he set when he set up the company was not to cooperate with people from Japan. Now, he has close contact with people from Japan. Maybe there is some shady business going on. Is the chairman very powerful? Zhong Luchuan asked. Yes, very powerful, Jia Zizai said. He has a special ability. What ability? Zhong Luchuan asked. I have never seen it, Jia Zizai said. People who have seen it are all dead. How do you get rid of him? Zhong Luchuan asked. It's simple, Jia Zizai said. Ask Master to kill him with a slap. After hearing that, Zhong Luchuan was speechless. I don't want to involve Sir in this matter, Jia Zizai said. Don't mention it to him. Then you can only rely on yourself, Jia Zizai said. You have been improving these days, right? You can see that? Zhong Luchuan was a little surprised. Of course. Do you think I'm a director for nothing? I still have some ability, Jia Zizai said with a smile. Think about what I've told you again. Sure, Zhong Luchuan said. There was always danger, and it was not a good idea to always be on guard. It was like always having a sword hanging over your head and always having a shield to defend yourself. This was not a good idea either. He had to find a way to get rid of this sword. To be honest, he was indeed tempted by Jia Zizai's suggestion. However, he was not very clear about Jia Zizai's character and personality. Furthermore, due to his former reputation, he did not dare to cooperate with Jia Zizai. It was like asking a tiger for its skin, which was extremely dangerous. In fact, he had another way, which was to continue to endure and cultivate until his strength reached a level where he could crush them. Then, he would make a move and deal with them directly. However, this process might take a long time. Think about it carefully. Don't go against your heart. After dinner, Jia Zizai lay down on the Kong bed again. After Zhong Luchuan returned to his room, he walked back and forth a few steps. Then, he returned to his practice room and picked up a Taoist scripture that Wang Yao had given him. He read it in a low voice. He needed to calm down. At the north end of the mountain village, a car stopped at the village entrance. A very well-dressed beauty got out of the car. At the village entrance, an old man with a cow glanced at the woman and said, "What a beautiful girl." The girl asked the old man for a place, and then got into the car again. The car stopped in the middle of the village. The woman got out of the car. "This is the place," she said. She took out her phone from her pocket and turned it on. Ding, ding, ding. The phone made a crisp sound. In the blue sky, white clouds were drifting. "Who are the lovely birds singing for? La la la, la la la." Jia Zizai was lying on the Kong bed and singing with his eyes closed. With a creak, the door suddenly opened. "Hey, have you figured it out?" "No." He struggled to get up and saw a well-dressed beauty standing in front of him. "You? Why are you here?" The woman took off her sunglasses and carefully looked at Jia Zizai. She reached out and slapped him in the face. He fell to the ground at once. "Well, Jia Zizai, you are actually cooped up in such a small mountain village," the woman said with a cold face. "You are really comfortable. Do you think I can't find you?" "No, dear, you are finally here. Hurry up and untie me," the woman said. Although the woman was very angry, She still untied the rope tied to his hand. He hugged the woman and kissed her with all his might. I missed you so much. Come on, don't talk nonsense, the woman said. Why do you smell so bad? I haven't showered for more than 10 days. How can I not smell? Jia Zizai moved his wrist. His body was still weak. Why are you imprisoned here? The woman asked. It's a long story, the man said. Creak. The door outside made another sound. Someone is coming, the woman said. Zhong Luchuan heard the sound and came from the next room. Hey, it's you. As soon as he saw the woman, he was ready to fight. Zhong Luchuan, he can imprison you? The woman glanced at Zhong Luchuan and then turned to look at Jia Zizai. Have you been drugged? It's not him. It's his master, the woman said. Master? Do you have a master? I just became his disciple not long ago, Zhong Luchuan said with a smile. Since Miss Hu is here, why don't you stay for a while? Stay for a while in such a place? The woman looked at the shabby small courtyard. I'm not used to it. Let's go. She pulled Jia Zizai and was about to leave. And you, come with me. Don't force me to do it. She pointed to Zhong Luchuan. When she said this, she was domineering. Haha, I want to try, Zhong Luchuan said with a smile. Oh. The woman stopped and looked at Zhong Luchuan carefully. Interesting. Mayor, you can't hurt him, Jia Zizai said. All right, I know what to do, the woman said. After she finished speaking, the woman moved. Her figure was very fast. In an instant, she came to Zhong Luchuan's side. So fast. Zhong Luchuan dodged. Then, there was a flash of light. The woman sighed softly. Whoosh, whoosh. The two figures moved back and forth in the small courtyard. Their speed was extremely fast. Ding, ding, ding. Suddenly, there was a crisp sound. A short knife appeared in the woman's hand. It was thin, long, and sharp. I always thought you were just a second-rate talent, the woman said. I didn't expect you to touch the threshold of first-class talent. After the two of them passed each other, the woman was surprised. Zhong Luchuan didn't speak. He just silently adjusted his breathing and stared at the woman in front of him. He had only heard of her means. Phantom was her title. She was extremely fast, like a ghost shadow. Just now, he had barely been able to keep up with her speed. Tisk tsk tsk, Jia Zizai, who was squatting on the side, said. What master? All right, Mayor, stop, the woman said. The woman put away her knife and came to Jia Zizai's side. What's wrong with you? Why are you breathing so fast? My body has been restricted, Jia Zizai said after taking a deep breath. I don't have any strength. Do you want to try again? Jia Zizai asked Zhong Luchuan, who was a few steps away. No, I'm no match for her. He shook his head. Well, let's go to your room and have some tea, Jia Zizai said. Okay. Zhong Luchuan let them into his small courtyard, but he always kept his guard up. You don't have to be so nervous, Jia Zizai said, slumping on the sofa. May or won't fight again. Ah, the sofa is still the most comfortable, Jia Zizai said. That heatable brick bed is really a bit uncomfortable. Have some tea. Zhong Luchuan poured a cup of tea for each of them. Thank you, the woman said. Drink it. It's not poisonous, Jia Zizai said as she looked at the woman beside her carefully. She then drank the tea in one gulp. Mayor happened to be here, Zhong Luchuan said. What do you think of my suggestion? Zhong Luchuan looked at them and shook his head. I'm not sure. What suggestion? The woman put down her teacup and asked. Let's work together to kill the boss. What? Are you crazy? The woman was shocked. Do you know what he's capable of? I don't know, but Mayor, do you? I know, the woman said. That's why I said you're crazy. His ability is too special. What ability? He's invulnerable to weapons and poisons, the woman said. How is that possible? Jia Zizai sat up straight after hearing that. I saw it with my own eyes, the woman said. It can't be fake. The bullet couldn't penetrate his body at all. It just scratched his skin. Chapter 764. What about invulnerability? Zhong Luchuan asked. I haven't seen it with my own eyes, but I've heard other directors mention it, the woman said. Didn't you say that the people who have seen the chairman's ability are all dead? Zhong Luchuan asked. Haha, I'm just kidding, Jia Zizai said. How can Mei be an ordinary person? According to what you said, the boss is indeed very difficult to kill, Zhong Luchuan said. Well, have you forgotten how Su Laosi died? I know. Has anyone in the company tried to kill the chairman? Zhong Luchuan poured them tea again. Of course, more than one person, Zhong Luchuan said. More than once, but every time they failed, and those people died miserably. After several attempts, everyone found that the boss was really difficult to kill, so they just gave up. Zhong Luchuan frowned. In that case, his plan had to change. If it didn't work, he would let his sister go to school in town. After all, it was closer to him. I say, you are too troublesome, Jia Zizai said. Just let Master do it. Invulnerability, and invulnerability. He can slap them to death. What master? The woman next to him asked. My new master, Zhong Luchuan said. He is amazing, a land immortal. Really? The woman was shocked to hear such words coming out of her lover's mouth. Either the other party's ability was too amazing, or he had drunk too much and lost his mind. However, looking at the current situation, it was obvious that the former was more likely. Of course it's true, Zhong Luchuan said. How great do you think Liuchuan's ability is? No, he should be called senior. He learned it from Master. If I'm not wrong, he has only practiced for a dozen days. Don't be so beautiful, Zhong Luchuan said. Master didn't accept you as a disciple. Well, don't talk nonsense, Zhong Luchuan said. Give up this idea and come back with me. I won't go, Zhong Luchuan said. I want to stay here and learn from Master. Are you crazy? The woman reached out and pulled Jia Zizai's ear. It hurts, Zhong Luchuan said. May be gentle. I'm a patient now. Can't you be gentle? Come back with me. I told you, I really don't want to go back. I want to study here, Jia Zizai said seriously. Besides, I still have restrictions on my body. If I leave now, I'll be a cripple when I return. I have to wait for Master to return. Then I will also stay here and see what kind of person your so-called Master is. That's great. Jia Zizai held the woman in his arms and kissed her hard. Zhong Luchuan coughed twice. Are these the directors of the company? No matter how he looked at it, it didn't seem reliable at all. How long will he be back? 1 week, Zhong Luchuan said. All right, I'll stay here for a week. Does anyone else know that you're here? No, I only told Xiao Mei that I'm leaving. What about tracking software? Don't worry, I've checked everything and changed the car. That's good. Just like that, the woman settled down in the mountain village. I don't know what Master will think when he comes back. In another small courtyard, the woman asked Jia Zizai, Did you just say what you meant? Of course I meant it, Jia Zizai said. When have I ever lied? The woman's face was cold. She raised her foot and kicked him to the ground. Haha, my dear, don't be so angry, Jia Zizai said. I really want to learn from Master. Is that Wang Yao really so powerful? You didn't see it with your own eyes, Jia Zizai said. Facing him, I felt a deep sense of powerlessness. I couldn't fight back. He was a few feet away, but he just hit me in the air. Then, I collapsed on the ground and became like this. I have no strength. I can't even take a dump. It was so painful. Why are you so disgusting? I'm just describing a fact to let you know how serious my sense of powerlessness is now, Jia Zizai said. How old is he? I guess he's less than 30, Jiazizai said. Jiazizai, I'll give you another chance. Is what you just said true? May, what I said is absolutely true, Jiazizai said. It's more true than 24K real gold. A 24-year-old young man, Jiazizai said. Even if he started practicing kung fu in his mother's womb, how high can he be? I haven't seen it with my own eyes, so I don't believe it, Jiazizai said. Could it be a special ability? Jiazizai asked. It doesn't look like it, Jiazizai said. Look at Zhong Luchuan. He also learned from that young man. In just a dozen days, he has reached a higher level. This is real, so I've decided to stay here and wait for him to come back. I want to learn from him. What if he doesn't accept you? Jiazizai asked. Then I'll hold on until he accepts me, Jiazizai said. Why do you want to learn from him? I want to leave the company, Jiazizai said softly while lying on the Kong. What? The woman was stunned. May, don't you want to leave? Sitting on the Kong, the woman was silent. It's said to be a company, but it's actually a business of murder and robbery, Jiazizai said. What directors? They are just high-level killers. With our skills, we could have been unrestrained and free. However, once we enter the company, we have to follow the rules and be restrained. The key is that they still have something on us. Who knows when we will be wanted? It feels like there is a sword hanging over our heads. We don't know when and for what reason. It may directly cut down and kill us. The key problem is that they still have something on us, Jiazizai said. We don't know what they have on us. Don't you think it's ridiculous? There is nothing we can do about it, Jiazizai said. The things we did in the past were enough to get us shot several times. There was nothing we could do in the past, Jiazizai said. It's different now. I see hope. If there is hope, we have to try. What about the company? Jiazizai asked. What should we do? Find a way to delay it, Jiazizai said. It's not the first time I've suddenly disappeared. They should be used to it. You, on the other hand, can't stay here for too long. Otherwise, they will be suspicious. Jiazizai asked. I'll stay here for a few more days to see if the so-called amazing young man really has the ability to do so. Well, I'm sure you'll be surprised, Jiazizai said. Those days, Wang Yao was very idle in Jing. During the day, he either accompanied Su Xiaoxue to class or walked around Jing alone. He was very leisurely. Unknowingly, 5 days had passed. I should go back, Wang Yao said to Su Xiaoxue. Well, I'll see you next week, Su Xiaoxue said. No, let me know if you have a day off, Wang Yao said. I'll come to Jing to see you. Well, that's good, Su Xiaoxue said. I'll tell you then. Okay. In the afternoon, Wang Yao boarded the plane to leave Jing. In fact, the sky was high with clouds. The plane soared into the sky and disappeared into the horizon, leaving a beautiful woman standing alone on the ground, looking up at the sky. Wang Yao stayed in Dao for a night and returned home the next morning. Sir, you're back? As soon as he arrived at the clinic, Zhong Luchuan followed him. Hey Luchuan, what's the matter? Yes, Zhong Luchuan said. Zhong Luchuan told Wang Yao about what had happened a few days ago. A woman killer? Well, the village was very noisy in the 12th lunar month. There were all kinds of extraordinary people. Let's go and have a look, Zhong Luchuan said. Okay. The two of them went to the small courtyard where Jiazizai was. In the room, the woman was preparing lunch. Jiazizai was lying on the Kong, humming a song. He saw Wang Yao through the window and was surprised to see him. Hey, master is back? Hearing his shout, the woman put down her work and came to the courtyard. She saw a young man who had a very special characteristic. He was like a solitary pine and wild crane, a hermit expert. She was very surprised to see such a thing appear on such a young man. Master, you're back, Jiazizai said. I said I wouldn't accept you as an apprentice, Zhong Luchuan said. I heard that there was a new guest here, so I came to have a look. She was a very beautiful woman, a rose with thorns. That was Wang Yao's first impression of the woman. I want to give it a try, the woman suddenly said. Give it a try? Wang Yao was stunned. Don't mess around. Chapter 765. If I don't try, I won't be satisfied. Sorry to offend you. The beautiful woman's figure instantly came to Wang Yao's side. With a bang, she was directly bounced out. What? After landing, she was stunned. When she approached the man who was younger than her, she felt a strong resistance. It was as if she had encountered a wall a foot away. She could not move forward at all. What kind of kung fu is this? Is it a superpower? With a flash of light, a saber appeared in her hand. It was a shining saber. Wang Yao struck the air with his palm. Suddenly, the woman felt a huge force hit her chest and abdomen. Her whole body was directly hit the wall. With a crack, the wall behind her directly cracked, but she was not injured at all. Do you still want to try? No, the woman said. Now she believed in Wang Yao's ability. He was absolutely powerful. It was hard to say whether or not he could defeat the boss, but he was definitely an existence that could crush them. Amazing! She gave him a thumbs up. You flatter me. Master, do you want to sit in the room? Jia Zizai asked with a smile. I told you, I won't accept you as an apprentice, Wang Yao said with a smile. I really want to be your apprentice, Jia Zizai said. I really don't want to accept you as an apprentice, Wang Yao said with a smile. It's about time to leave here. TSK. Jia Zizai sighed after hearing that. Before leaving, Wang Yao lifted the restriction on Jia Zizai's body. Hurry up and leave here. Jia Zizai saw that Wang Yao was unwilling to accept him as an apprentice, so he changed the way he addressed him. Sir, Luchuan didn't tell you a lot of things, right? What is it? Wang Yao stopped. Liuchuan's situation is actually very dangerous, Jia Zizai said. The company will send other people over. Wang Yao turned his head and asked, Really, Luchuan? Yes, it shouldn't happen in a short time, Zhong Luchuan said. I have a solution, Jia Zizai said. Tell me. Sir, please come in. Let's sit down and talk. All right. Wang Yao pondered for a moment before entering the room. The beautiful woman brewed a cup of scented tea, which was very fragrant. Sir, try this flower tea. Okay, thank you. Then, Jia Zizai carefully told Wang Yao about the composition and operation of their special company. He didn't know much about these things, so he focused on the company's chairman, a powerful figure. If he dies or is executed, everything will be over, right? Yes, at the very least, everything related to Lukawa will end because Lukawa saw him interacting with the Japanese. Can you find out why they contacted each other? I can try. If that person isn't easy to deal with, I can help. Sir, you don't have to, Zhong Luchuan hurriedly said. If what he said is true, the company you used to work for is not a good place, Zhong Luchuan said. It is estimated that this special chairman is also full of evil. Such a person should be eliminated. Zhong Luchuan was silent. He really didn't want Wang Yao to be involved in this matter. On this matter, we have a cooperative relationship, Zhong Luchuan said. After that person is executed, the company will be taken over by the two of you. Such a thing should be directly erased. Yes, sir. Okay, I want detailed information about that person. We'll go back and collect it, Jia Zizai said. In the morning, the two of them left the mountain village. Sir, these two people may not be trustworthy, Zhong Luchuan said. He clearly knew that no one in the company was good, especially people like Jia Zizai, who was in that position. His hands were stained with the blood of countless people. The reason why he was so concerned about this matter was probably because he had other motive. You should have told me about this earlier, Wang Yao said. You should have told me earlier. I want to learn some skills from Sir and then solve it myself, Zhong Luchuan said. He did think so and did so. After all, that would be slower, Wang Yao said. You are not alone. There is Anshin and the mountain village. Yes, I didn't think it through, Zhong Luchuan hurriedly said. Okay, that's settled, Wang Yao said. You should also contact them. I haven't seen you for a few days, but your practice hasn't fallen behind. He could feel that Zhong Luchuan's spirit had changed. I have nothing to do these days, Zhong Luchuan said. My daily routine is to practice. In addition to meditating, he recited Taoist scriptures. His mind was very calm, so his practice progress was also very fast. Good. Sir, did your trip to Jing go smoothly? Very well, Wang Yao said with a smile. Oh, by the way, a man has been coming every day for the past few days. He said that he wanted to see his daughter. He is very anxious. Okay, I got it. Not long after returning home, Wang Yao updated the news on Weibo. The clinic would receive patients as usual in the afternoon. After lunch, he went out of the house and walked in the direction of the clinic. As soon as he came out of the alley, he saw someone waiting under the acacia tree outside the wall of the clinic. It was not one person, but a family of 3. As soon as the man saw Wang Yao, he sighed and said, Dr. Wang, you are finally here. What's going on? Wang Yao looked at the little girl. The little girl was only about 10 years old, but her face was not very good. Is this child also infected with poisonous insects? Yes, I brought her here to see you. Come in, let's talk. After entering the clinic, Wang Yao carefully checked the little girl. She had the same disease as her father, but much milder. Well, Dr. Wang, is this disease contagious? I'm not very sure about that, Wang Yao said. He was not very clear about the living habits of the poisonous insects, but it should be contagious, but the way it was transmitted might be a bit special. Can you also take a look at my wife later? She's fine, Wang Yao said. Well, I'll prescribe medicine for this little girl first. She will take it in the same way as you. Come back in 3 days. Okay. The man gave the money very quickly and left with his wife and daughter. Dad, what disease do I have? The little girl asked softly. It's nothing, the man said. There are insects in your stomach. The doctor's medicine is more effective. The little girl was very well behaved. Let's go to the beach after taking the medicine, okay? Okay. The little girl was very happy when the beach was mentioned. Let's go. The family left happily. In the remote village in southern Yunnan. In a bamboo building. Ah, it hurts, it hurts. A man cried out in pain. It's so noisy. A man in his 40s impatiently slapped the man's head. Suddenly, the man who kept crying fainted. What? The people next to him were stunned, but the patient's mother did not say a word. After a moment of silence, she calmly said, Thank you, King Pharmacist. She did not show any dissatisfaction. Don't be so hypocritical, the man said. You must be scolding me in your heart or thinking about how to take revenge on me after your son is cured. Your son is like this now because of your pampering. You have only yourself to blame. The words of this king of medicine were quite harsh, but the woman was not angry at all. You're right. Well, that's enough, the man said. Don't be insincere. Your heart is already beating faster. After saying that, the king pharmacist did not continue to speak. Instead, he concentrated on treating the patient. His situation was very special. It could be said that it was the first time he had encountered such a strange patient in years. He applied a special ointment to Ho Shida's chest and abdomen, as well as his head. He then stimulated them with acupuncture to accelerate the absorption of the medicine and dissolve the special foreign aura in his body from the outside to the inside. The treatment lasted for nearly 3 hours. Okay. Thank you, the woman hurriedly said. Have you found out who this person is? Not for the time being. I'm arranging for someone to investigate, the woman said. You're tuning in to the Phoenix Nights YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.